days ago, the world's finest Supercross riders began a journey towards history. Once again, a Supercross season delivered drama with every jump and bump and twist and turn to the track. But James Stewart knows he had a fight on his hands here tonight in Anaheim 1, but he takes the win. But what a ride by Ryan Dungey. Oh, and down goes Stewart and Reed. Ryan Dungey lights the candles for his first career win, and it comes at Phoenix, Arizona. Davi Millsaps puts Honda back to the top step of the podium as Ryan Villopoto lights the candles and takes a win for the Monster Energy Kawasaki squad. Career win number 18. Kevin Windham has done it on a snowy night here in Salt Lake City. Nearly 1 million fans filled stadiums to see their heroes battle it out in the world's toughest test of man and machine. It turned into a battle for survival in the quest for the championship. Now Villopoto runs him in high, takes him down, and Dungey can't get out. Oh! Villopoto tosses it away! Ryan Dungey has done it! The rookie is the champ! The Monster Energy AMA Supercross FIM World Championship belongs to Ryan Dungey. While one man may stand alone as champion, the rest have found glory and satisfaction in the journey. One more test awaits, 20 more laps, a final chance for the riders and teams to see if they have what it takes to win a Supercross main event. The season finale of Monster Energy Supercross gets underway right now, live on Speed. Monster Energy AMA Supercross, an FIM World Championship from Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the Progressive Pre-Race Show. Hi everybody, I'm Ralph Shaheen. We're right outside Sam Boyd Stadium. It's right over here to my left. That's where we're going to be racing. Right now, the pit party is going off over here to my right. Everybody having a great time in the sunshine here in Vegas. Now, we've got an outstanding live 3-hour broadcast for you tonight. You're going to see everything. Let's show you what we have in store for you tonight. We're going to show you all of the racing, the heats, the LCQs, the mains. It's all flag to flag, and most importantly, no commercial interruption for the races tonight. For the only time in 2010, the best Supercross lights riders are on the same track at the same time. The highly anticipated East-West Shootout live tonight. And we'll take an up-close look at the Roger Penske of Supercross, Pro Circuit's Mitch Payton. And we will follow along closely as the final spots in the final standings for 2010 are decided in the Supercross class. All that, plus a lot more, is the next 3 hours live right here on Speed, and we're glad to have you with us. So let's kick things off right now and join my broadcast colleague, former Supercross champ Jeff Emig, with the guy that just clinched the 2010 title, Ryan Dungey.
Welcome to the Team Suzuki pits, and I got to ask you, Ryan, has it had a chance to sink in that you have now won the ultimate prize in AMA Supercross?
It definitely has. You know, I think coming after Seattle was a great to walk away with the championship. It's been a long season, you know, to be able to pull that one off. I think the whole team and everybody got together and we celebrated and everything like that. But I guess it wasn't until I was alone sitting there thinking, kind of start bringing up past childhood memories and how much you really wanted this moment. But it's an awesome feeling. I'm glad we could all share it together.
And as we look towards the race here tonight, what's your thoughts on Vegas overall?
Looking forward. I like Vegas. I was able to win here a couple years in a row, but it's something similar to what we test on, getting the bike started and everything like that. But last Supercross race of the year, everybody's going to be gunning for it, I'm sure, and just try to get a good start and put some good laps in and have some fun.
Well, your newly crowned champ wants to get one more win before the season's out, and with 2 more champions, let's go to Aaron.
Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki continues to be the breeding grounds for champions, having 16 races held, winning 10 races this season, and defending East Coast champion Christophe Brissell comes in again. You did it all over. Christophe, what was more challenging, taking your first victory or ended up defending this title?
I don't know, you know, just a championship is a championship and it's never easy to get it. So any championship that you get, even when you're young, then you're just happy to get it.
This is going to be the last time that we see you on a light spike before you move to the Supercross class. What would it mean to put the icing on the cake and come out here with another victory like you did last year?
I don't know. I just it was really good to win last year, and I'm just going to try to do the same thing this year. We'll see. You never know on this track. It's kind of crazy. But, yeah, next year I'm going to be in 450, and I'm really excited about that.
First time you and your teammate are going to be able to battle head-to-head as well. Jake, congratulations on taking home the West Coast title just last weekend. You've come so close the last couple of years. What does it mean to finally get this?
It's huge, you know, for sure. It's a dream come true, and it's what I've worked for quite a few years. So, you know, I'm happy to get the championship, and, you know, happy for the team, especially to come here and have both #1 bikes under the tent. So it's exciting. This
is going to be the first time that you get to race with that #1 plate on your bike. What does that mean to you?
It's cool. It's exciting to come to the track and see the #1 on your bike, and you know, it's definitely something special. And you know, just looking forward to this weekend and try and get a win.
And a guy that knows a thing or two about taking home championships, Ricky Carmichael, who's part of the 18 titles up here on the wall. For more, Ricky Carmichael.
Well, thank you, Aaron. Here at Vegas Supercross is probably the toughest Supercross of the season, without a doubt. Two factors. The dirt is very hard packed, and it's probably the hottest race of the season by far. This track is out here in the hot sun baking all day. The track gets very, very blue groove, and it's really hard for the riders to duplicate the same line every single time. Another thing, the start is not inside the stadium like at every other race, which gives you about 2 to 3 more lanes of whether it's obstacles or whoop sections. So we're going to see what happens tonight, and really looking forward to this last race of the season and this tough track.
When we come back live to Las Vegas, we're going to take a look at those 2010 points in the Supercross class, and we'll show you how the battles are shaping up here tonight in Vegas. While you're away, I'm going to take a look at RC's monster truck. We'll be back.
Saturday night.
Live on speed from the Las Vegas season finale of Supercross. Lots of cool stuff to do here at the pit party. These young ladies enjoying some of the interactive stuff to do at the Makita display. You know, 2 weeks ago at round 15, Ryan Dungey and the Rockstar Makita Suzuki did something that only Jeremy McGrath did 17 years ago. He wrapped up the championship as a rookie. Well, Dungey has the title wrapped up. There are still competitive points battles going down to the wire tonight here at the final round. After a great start to the season, banged-up Josh Hill is looking to hang on to 5th place in the standings over Muscle Milk Toyota Yamaha's Justin Brayton. With a good run tonight, Privateer Suzuki rider Tommy Hahn can secure 8th place over an injured Ivan Tedesco. And Kyle Chisholm holds a slight 3-point advantage over Michael Byrne for the final spot in the top 10. To each of these riders, the best possible finish in the final standings is, of course, of very great importance.
70 feet in the air.
It's very important to me to end up the series in the top 5. That was actually the goal coming in, is to be on the podium, to be top 5 in the series, and hopefully we can end out this night in Las Vegas, you know, in the top 5.
It's really important. I can gain 2 positions tonight, and I also got the privateer, the top privateer deal, and that's worth 25 grand. So it's definitely very important tonight.
It's definitely really important to stay in the top 10. That's a big accomplishment. That's actually my goal going into this year, was to be in the top 10. And so yeah, I got one guy right behind me and another guy not too far ahead of me. And I just want to come in here and do my best. And you know, the last couple weekends I've went really well, and I'd like to keep that going this weekend and you know, stay in the top 10.
It's important, but it's, you know, it's a disappointing season really. But it's you know, coming in without really a ride and having to switch teams and stuff like that, you know. And plus I've had like a flat tire at one race, and then last week the brake went out. So, you know, I feel like I probably should have been on the podium last weekend, and kind of let that one slip away a little bit just by, you know, something that we couldn't control. So definitely the last, you know, 3 races have been better and going in the right direction. So, I mean, it's important. I have never finished out of the top 10 ever since I've been here. So in that mind it is, but it's, you know, it's also, you know, it's kind of disappointing really.
When the Progressive Pre-Race Show continues live from Las Vegas to Sam Boyd Stadium, we'll take a look at the most successful team owner in all of Supercross, Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki's Mitch Payton. If you're looking, these two #1 plates here on the Pro Circuit Kawasaki truck are for the East and West Championships in Supercross Lights, won by Christophe Pourcel and Jake Weimer. They're the 17th and 18th #1 plates hanging on the door of this Pro Circuit rig. We had an opportunity to sit down with team owner Mitch Payton to discuss his incredible success.
I raced years ago, and then I had a bike shop, and then I was involved with, you know, like we always built products that the other factory teams use. We worked with, you know, all of the major manufacturers supplying them stuff, and then I think it was in '91, actually Honda asked us if we would do a program for them, and it sounded like something we wanted to do. I didn't understand why one bike could be fast and one bike could be slow, so I said, I'm going to learn about that. So I read some books, did some certain things, you know, to try to learn about it. And just, you know, like through the mechanics of it, learned what worked and what didn't work, and how to modify the engines. And then I wanted to learn about exhaust pipes, and, you know, read about that, talked to different guys that were good at it in the past. And, you know, most guys wouldn't tell you anything, so you're like, oh, so you'd have to learn on your own a little bit, and you got to where, you know, I became good at it. We're very fortunate, you know, that when Monster came in, they, you know, gave us a big pump in the arm, you know, by having an outside sponsor that financially helped our program a lot, and they're really happy with our program. And I can see us, and they've told us that they want to be with us forever, you know. So like, that makes me feel good that I'm not, you know, like at the end of a 2-year deal, scared to death that we're gonna maybe not be around.
And the 2010 Supercross Lights East Championship goes to Christophe Pourcel.
It's nice to see a kid win his first race, and it's nice to see a new mechanic that's never had an opportunity to win. And then it's nice to see a young kid win his first championship. And then it's nice to see a mechanic, you know, have an opportunity to win a championship, because, you know, you look around the pits and, you know, it's truthfully a big deal to win a race, and then to win a championship's fantastic. And then to think of all the kids that have came through our programs that have won a race, there's been a lot of kids that won their very first race riding for us, or won their first championship.
Now, Ricky, you had a chance to ride for Mitch back in the 90s, and what's he like as a leader?
Well, just as a person, he's a great person. I look at him as a person more than a boss. He was amazing, really good for your confidence. He's a hard worker, so I kind of fed off of that. He always, you know, he gives you the feeling like he's working hard, so you need to work hard. And I thought that was really important, and I pulled from that. I really did. And a great boss, a great person, just awesome. That's the only way I can describe Mitch Payton.
Now, would you say that there was one thing that you look back, was there one moment or one thing that he told you or that he taught you that, you know, carried you through the rest of your career?
There isn't one thing particular, just because the guy has so much knowledge. I will say he was there always on the bad times. As I actually left his team, he was there for me on the hard times, and to me that's really what sticks out about him.
Just an incredible team owner. And so for more on the lights, let's go to Aaron.
Well, Pro Circuit managed to capture both the lights titles on the track. They certainly haven't got the market cornered when it comes to making a difference outside of racing. This season, Carol Beal, a 4th grade teacher from Sherman, Texas, joined forces with Blake Wharton from Geico Honda to show her students that there's more to racing than just winning and losing.
Blake came in and met the kids, and we had a great visit. And the more Blake talked to the kids, the more I realized how much I could do with this. We could not only just have a visit, but we could also learn geography, math, and statistics. You know, we've been tracking every state he goes to, how many miles he's traveled, the math and statistics with his point standing. We do language arts where they're writing notes to him and encouraging words. We have oral communication where we call him every week before his race to encourage him, and we have art where we make him posters. So we're having a ball, and we're going to hopefully make this grow next year and add in the health and fitness section and also some of the science of the actual track and the speeds.
they're like kids, you know, 4th grade. They're super excited about the motorcycles, and even the way Miss Bill teaches them kind of makes it fun. So, you know, I wish, looking back when I was in 4th grade, I had a teacher that was like that.
He took the kids on a track walk, and they had the best time. He explained all about whoops and tabletops and rhythm sections, and why you would want to follow a line in a rut, and just explained everything to the kids and how to stay in shape, and really getting the kids fired up and finding the passion in their life and really working hard and sticking with it.
Opening ceremonies are underway. Look at all the different flags. We've had folks from all over the world, England, Australia, you name it, and we're going to have more Supercross for you live from Vegas. Continuing here inside Sam Boyd Stadium, Josh Hill being introduced to the packed crowd here. Chad Reed, 2-time champ, came out, said hello. He's going to be racing with us tonight. It's going to be a great night in Vegas, a huge crowd on hand. And let's introduce you to Nick Way, who's standing by with Aaron.
Well, it's been a roller coaster season for Nick Way. Coming into the season, he was a privateer. Then he was a replacement rider for injured Chad Reed on the factory Kawasaki. Nick, you went back to the privateer bike, and back again. You're ending the season on a factory Kawasaki. But just this past week, you actually did a bit of a tryout. Are you optimistic of the results of your audition?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Kawasaki's, they've helped me out a lot this year. Jumping back and forth between the tie loop team and the factory Kawasaki has been a little bit difficult, you know, switching bikes so often. So I really feel like with a chance to be on the same bike for the whole outdoor season, I can really get to work.
Nick Way, 7th overall in the season standing coming into Vegas. Best of luck to him tonight.
All right, Aaron, thanks. And welcome back into the booth, everybody. Alongside Jeff Emick and our good pal, Ricky Carmichael, will be calling all the action for you tonight. And Jeff, we got 2 different classes racing here tonight. Let's talk a little bit first about that East-West Shootout. It's a really cool event, and it's the only time all year we get to see both the East and the West Coast riders together.
I love it. I've won that event, and I'm telling you, there's bragging rights on the line. The East guys, the West guys, you know, and then you got Weimer who wins on the West, and his teammate Porcel. So who's the top dog at Pro Circuit? You got Barsha and Kennard. I mean, all the other guys. And what I love about it is the age and at the point of where these guys are at in their career. And they've got the ego. They want to be the top dog. They want to go for it, you know. And so here in Vegas, we have a spectacular track tonight. The track workers have really worked on the track to keep moisture in it. I think it's going to be the most traction that we've had here in Vegas in a long time. And you know, is it the young guy like Barsha that's going to go out there and just go crazy, or is, you know, Porcel, the multi-time champion, going to, you know, just be just smooth and perfect, or is it, you know, who knows? But the one thing is that it's bragging rights. They can say, oh, my championship's in the bag and I just want to make it through, but no way.
It's very, very intense.
No.
And speaking of championships already in the bag, Ryan Dungey has clinched the 2010 title already. But Ricky, as you know, there's reasons for him to come out and get that checker flag here tonight.
There is. You know, he needs to, in my mind, I think he needs to come into this race and he needs to show these people, the riders especially, that he's competed against all year, why he is champion. He won the title. He's had a great season. Absolutely, a rookie to win. But the last 2 weeks haven't been good. Awesome that Kevin Windham's been doing good, but he needs to be winning these races and show these guys why he's a champion.
Big importance for Ryan Dungey tonight. So there's a lot of stuff going on the track, and it's going to be a pretty interesting night. We had a chance to go out and take a look at the track. The color guard's all coming out now. What did you think about the track design we have here tonight, Jeff?
I think it's one of the best. Wouldn't you agree, Ricky?
Yeah.
Because it's got a good flow to it. It's got the 180 turns. Ricky actually liked it because he said, look, those have got to be the easiest hoopties, and I quote, the easiest hoopties that we've seen in a long time. And we were joking around that if it was Ricky or me racing, the whoops would be just, you know, the whoops would be just like walls,
Absolutely.
you know. So
This is a big part of the opening ceremonies here, the color guard being presented at each and every round. That's one of the things I like about coming out here to Vegas. We get to show you all of the opening ceremonies, and it's such a huge part. And Ricky, this really fires up the riders and gets them all ready. And one of the things that'll help do that is introduce you to Interscope recording artist Destiny and Paris Monroe to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the pale roller spy, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Spectacular. Man, drop the gate. Let's go racing, huh?
I'm telling you.
Loving it. Loving it.
That is Supercross.
Absolutely spectacular performance here as we get this ready to go. Here we go. Heat number 1. The lights east-west shootout underway. March is going to grab the first gate and get ready for the fireworks. Supercross in Vegas is underway and Barsha's down. Justin Barsha with a great hole shot leads him over the ski jump. The fireworks go off and he went down.
He did. You know, the first lap of this race after they'd done the track work, probably a little wet, went in there a little bit hot, lost the front end, and here's the man in front.
I tell you, Barsha came screaming down through there just wide open, and when he grabbed a handful of front brake, there was nothing there, and so leaves Christophe Pourcel, two-time reigning champion, and with the lead.
And he's got that number 1 E on the bike for winning the East Championship. And that's Martin Davalos right behind him. And here comes Josh Hansen on the 100. Oh, that's actually Wilson on the 108.
Oh, Pourcel's down.
Pourcel goes down. And we put Wilson up in front because he gets around Davalos. Man, what a crazy opening lap here.
Let's take a look at this replay here with Pourcel. He had the lead. Davalos was all over him. And watch as he comes out of this, he just tries to double, and you see just how wet the soil was. Ricky, that was like a mud race.
Absolutely. Like we said, these guys just did, the track builders just freshened up the track for the night, doing their final preparations. You can see they put a little bit of loam on it to keep some moisture in this track, and man, these guys are just sliding around all over the place and trying to be aggressive at the same time. It's hard to do.
And then Davalos got blocked there, and that opened the door for Wilson to sneak out front.
And I tell you, all of our viewers on Speed, they always hear us talk about Heat 1 and the lights. The track's perfect. It's been groomed. It's brand new. Right now, look how much mud is on these bikes right now. They've really put some moisture in here. And the reason they've done that is so that once we get to the main event tonight, that the track is in perfect condition.
Exactly.
Maybe a little wet right now, though.
Absolutely. I think I'm betting the second lights heat will be a little bit better. You can see, look at him, all sliding around. That's where Pourcel crashed coming out of that turn.
That's Dakotas on the 613 you're watching there.
That's Keelan. He's trying to get past it. And actually, where Pourcel went down in qualifying practice, they were tripling out of that turn, and he didn't even make it over the first two.
Remember, the top 9 will transfer right out of this heat. Those are the names highlighted in green.
Gills has got the final spot as they come down that super fast straight.
That thing's pretty cool.
That ski jump is wild.
Yeah.
That's probably the fastest section we see all year on the Supercross Tour.
Hands down, and what's cool about it is a lot of the fans don't get to see the guys coming out in the back section, and they come in there, man, they're wide open, probably 4th, 5th gear.
No doubt about it. This is Keelan we're taking a look at right now.
Pourcel trying to work his way through the field. Remember, he's got to get to 9th or better. He's up to 11th. Looks like that's Gills in front of him. Should be Kyle Gills on the 521.
Man, Pourcel got lucky not, falling down where he did and not actually getting hit. That was not a good place to fall, especially on the first lap when all these guys are going everywhere and it being wet. I mean, you guys can see there, look, he's just cruising. Maybe his bike's messed up. I mean, he hit pretty hard.
Yeah, you can see him. It seemed like he kind of took a breather there for a second. Look how wet that is right there.
Yeah, it looks like his right side handlebar ain't right or something.
Actually, that Sipes in front of him now. He's gotten around Gills, timing and scoring, catching up with the racing, and he is up, getting on Sipes on the outside. Boy, you don't want to get pushed too far out there, Ricky.
No, you don't.
How wet that is.
Oh, did you see how close he got to the tough blocks up there?
And then, of course, you're coming down through there shifting gears, and you're really getting pelted with this desert soil here. And
look
see
at
some yellow flags.
Look at that. They can't even do the triple. They've wet it down so good. I mean, look at that turn. It looks like we've gotten rain here in the desert, but I'll tell you what, don't be alarmed by that. The track will be awesome for the main event.
It was incredibly dry out here, so they put a lot of water on the track to get a great racing shape. Folks at Dirt Works and Feld Motorsports, boy, they know how to bring a track around, don't they?
And I tell you, right now, as you look across the top of your screen here, it's going to show you Wilson in first, and Barsha had actually fallen, and he's mid-pack here, or you know, he's in qualifying spot. Porcell's still trying to get it, but a 5th and a 7th or so pick on the gate for these guys could be devastating for the main, but they're just trying to make it in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I cannot believe how wet this track is right now, but it's going to be good for the main show.
Especially, Jeff, as hot and dry as it was here all day today with the wind blowing.
Yeah, it was really hot, and look at this. Porcell has now spent a lap behind Sipes and Hussey.
Well, how about Sipes getting on Hussey here? Oh, and Hussey Porcell's going to take advantage, gets Sipes, and he's going to go after Hussey now.
Got into him, puts him in the tough blocks for
position. Can he jump past Hussey? He's right on him. Got him as well. That'll put him up to, looks like about 7th or 8th.
Wow. And I've been impressed with this guy right here, man. He is, Dean Wilson, he's had a pretty good rookie year, I think. Fun to watch ride, too.
Yeah, he didn't win a main event, but he was fast, and he took some chances. He was exciting. He's a brave young rider. He's not afraid. And there were some things that he was doing in practice when me and Ricky were talking earlier. And Ricky says, no, there's no way he's doing that. I said, watch. And he was actually wheeling through the whoops just on the rear tire. Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Dean Wilson. And what the other thing I really like about the kid, he's such a colorful character.
Yeah.
Has a lot of fun with it.
He just seems like he's a really good kid. You know, got a good head on his shoulders. He's lived everywhere in the world. Look at him. Yeah. He's stealing my move, man. Come on now.
Probably a fan.
Not stealing it.
You guys want to see
making it look good?
Yeah, that's right.
Making it look good.
Well, that's because he was watching you when he was like 3.
You're right. Hey now, watch it.
Checkered flag for Wilson. He's got a heat win here in Vegas. Now Barsha, remember, he went down after the early lead. He's going to get himself a transfer spot. He's in that red and yellow riding gear. Bike 17, the Geico Honda. Let's go back and show you his opening lap here, Jeff.
Watch this. He's on the outside. He just hits that wet stuff and just slides in there. Yep. Porcell, actually, you can see it's pretty dry over in this area. But out there on the outside, Barsha's looking down. He's got mud stuck everywhere in his rear brake.
But most importantly, he's got a 5th place, which means he's going on. And Porcell finished right behind him in 6th, so they've transferred through as well. Wow, what a great way to open the night here in Vegas.
I'm going to tell you, you know what's going to be interesting? We see the fastest lap time was 1:09. Watch how much faster it is in the next heat race. Just from, just 5 minutes from now, it's going to be unbelievable.
Some of the other riders still making their way to the finish, but here are the 9 riders that have already crashed. They're all going over to the main event. James Dakota's going to get a nice 4th place finish in a ride in the main 10 or more, finishing in 10th. He's going to have to work his way in through the LCQ. Well, let's go to Aaron.
The last time that we saw Dean Wilson, he had the best result of the season with a 2nd place overall. Dean, you still got one more kick at the cat to take a victory home here in Vegas. What would it mean to you to come out here with a win?
Yeah, it would mean a lot. I mean, I really want to win last round of the Supercross series, so I mean, it'd be nice to win, and that's all I really want to do. I haven't won one yet, so I need it.
It's Dean Wilson's first go in Vegas. Hopefully luck will be in his corner.
Dean Wilson's going to the main. Who's going to join him? We'll have heat number 2. Supercross lights when we come back to Vegas. That, don't you? Just so you folks at home know, these two up here in the booth with me are mimicking me while I'm reading the billboards. It's just hilarious.
Get ready.
Get them together.
Ralph Sheheen impression.
That's right.
These are the riders for heat number 2. You see Josh Hansen, winner just a week ago in Salt Lake City. That was a huge momentum boost for him.
Yeah, and the track kind of resembles Salt Lake with all the moisture out there, but also just to the inside of the starter's box there, you see the 116 of Morris. He had a pretty bad get-off in qualifying practice, but I hope he's good now. He's on the line.
We almost, speaking of bad get-ups, we almost, me and Jeff watching practice, almost watched Trey Kennard have a bad one in practice, and he saved it.
He saved it, but it didn't look like that he was trying to save it. That was the thing, and it was almost like he was just so comfortable and so confident that he knew exactly what he was doing, but we kind of jumped back a little bit. We were holding our breath, but West Coast, it's tough. These guys are on it once again.
We'll get a good look at Jake Weimer, Trey Kennard, Josh Hansen, Brock Tickle, a main event winner this year. There's Tickle on the 20. Here we go. Man, look at Hansen. He's been so good on the whole shots this year. He's got his teammate right there with Weimer. Here they come into the stadium. Weimer's got the lead. Man.
You know they can feel that.
Boy,
feel those flames.
I can feel them here with the window closed.
Look at that. Now, they were tripling this jump in practice all day, every lap, but that section is so wet there.
2 pro circuit bikes out there. They doing their homework.
Yeah, they are definitely dialed in. The Kawasaki riders here are just, they are.
Whoa, what a great run through the hoops there that Josh Hansen got. Man.
Well, and you know what? They have the advantage now that the track's broken in. Like Ricky said, the fast lap was a 109 last time around for Wilson. Nobody else got into the 109s like that.
Boy, did you see that?
He did what you said that Dean Wilson was doing in practice. You guys could see he wheelied all the way through that second hoop section there.
Now, Jeff, explain for the viewers why that might be a different and quicker way to go through there.
Through the whoop section specifically, because it's kind of a short set of whoops, and you can't really jump the whole section. But if you give it a big boost of throttle and wheel tap the one, it's almost like jumping it, but you still need a little more lift. Wide open down in here.
Ricky, what's it like sailing over that ski jump?
They never had it when it was here, when I was racing here, but I mean, it looks fun. But I tell you what, you got to be on your P's and Q's. You're going so fast and you're landing so hard. You got to, make sure you got your stuff together. There's no doubt about it.
Well, and especially now with it being so tricky, with it being so wet down there, and there's actually markers on there to measure the feet as you go out. So the fans, if you sit on that side, you can see the distance.
Reminder, top 9 transfer. Those are the ones highlighted in green as we're watching the 585 of Travis Baker on that Moto Concepts Yamaha.
And Baker, he's a rookie this year. He has been fantastic. With each and every race, he's gotten better starts and more confidence.
On that Rockstar Energy Suzuki, right there, number 116, getting past.
Look at that. They were having problems just doubling out of that corner. It's so wet there right after that last set of whoops.
I'm telling you, though, these guys are going to be thanking them tonight, come main event time, when this track will be primo for racing for the main event. The guys will do one more little prep job. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, the Dirtworks guys will get all of the bulldozers and the bobcats and all that stuff out there, and in the main it'll be primo, because back in the days, let's face it, there were some times when they make it right for the heat. 3 hours later, the main event is just blue groove,
Yeah, I think you would say the same. Look at these whoops here. I want to tell you guys at home. You can see how fast they're entering them. These whoop sections are very, very easy for the Vegas condition. Normally, they're very square edge. You don't have much speed getting into them. They get very cupped out. Where you guys can see, they're going so fast, you're almost jumping through them.
Oh, man, did you see the roost that he ate there? Weimer giving his teammate a mouthful of Vegas dirt.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Little Eddie got a big mouthful there.
This section used to be so fun, Jeff. I don't know if you got to race here, but you guys, I mean, this is so fun. Look how good the traction there. I mean, you can just lay into it, twist the throttle. I mean, it's a blast.
Hey, when I raced here, at times the track went up on top of the building under the scoreboard.
Yeah.
They have done some really creative racetracks here. And this year, once again, I think this is one of the best Vegas tracks I've ever seen, actually.
Yeah. It's not the biggest stadium floor that we race on, but they make use of all the property around here. That's why we race actually starting from outside and come on inside. But the other thing, too, Ricky, like you talked about, is because they have the start outside, we have more lanes inside. As we watch Trey Kennard now on the 38, fighting his way through in the red riding gear with the yellow trim, and that Geico Power Sports Honda.
He's followed by Seeley. Looks like Nicoletti just behind them. And look at that, his fast lap's at 110, and 109 is really the lap to shoot for. Right now, Weimer's down to a 107.
Yeah, 2 seconds faster, and it's just this track's gonna keep getting faster and faster as it dries up.
Oh, did you see what Kennard was doing? Remember?
We've seen that in practice,
yeah,
Jeff.
Where in the single, in between the whoops, actually carry the momentum instead of stopping and roosting down, like we seen Weimer when Josh Hansen got the roost. Instead of stopping there and then accelerating down, Kennard is carrying his momentum and jumping into the second set of whoops.
Absolutely, that is the fastest way to go. What they'll probably do, they video these guys, these semi-drivers do, that's their job during the race, and they'll go back, watch the heat races, they'll see what Trey did, and you watch, I expect, at least the top 5 guys to start doing that, that line jumping in like you said, Jeff.
That's done all day long from practice on out, and the guys run right back to the office portion of the transporters and spend quite a bit of time downloading the video. Here we go, watching Weimer.
Did you guys see Weimer just jump through that whole first section?
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not jumping in that line like Kennard's doing.
Yeah,
Maybe he's saving it.
Yeah, because if you could carry your momentum like that, if you could hop through the first one, carry some momentum over the single, and then hop out, that would be really quick. But, hey, he's showing us why he's got the #1 on his plate right now.
He's got a 2.5 seconds on his teammate Hansen, who's still holding down second. Canary has the final transfer spot, and Max Anstey, the young, talented rider from England, 1 spot out of a transfer right now.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult if he has to go through the LCQ, just the final lap. But I tell you, Anstey, he's been getting better all year, but he certainly didn't get the start that he needed here.
It's going to be a tough LCQ. It looks like Brock Tickle, a main event winner this year, is going to be going to the LCQ as well. That's going to be a stacked LCQ.
You see a little sand section there, those guys where it's really rough getting to that turn. Look at these whoop section, man, real fun. Into the Talladega turn, as you said, Ralph.
Well, that's the biggest bowl turn we've got as a checkered flag comes out, and Weimer lights the candles for a win. Kennard coming to the line. Here he comes in the red. Whoa! Way upside. Way up there, rim riding it, and takes the spot. Kennard gets 5th. Wow, what a run through that Talladega turn by Kennard. That was awesome, and just the beginning. Plenty more coming your way from Vegas. Vegas, it has been fabulous so far tonight. We've only run 2 heat races, and look at all the thrills and spills we've had already. High-flying action and great racing, and we're just getting underway here in Sin City. We haven't even gotten to the Supercross class yet. That's coming up. Sun is going down, the lights are shining bright. Here's the next 9 riders coming out of heat number 2. As we said, Max Anstey is going to go on to what is quickly becoming a stacked last chance qualifier. Aaron has Jake Weimer.
The freshly crowned West Coast Lights champion dominated that heat race. Jake, you know firsthand that crazy things happen here in Las Vegas. What's going to be your strategy headed into the main event?
Just stay calm, just stay calm and smooth, and just, try and stay focused. It's kind of tough to focus here in Vegas, so just stay focused. And, big thanks to my team, Monster Energy, Pro Circuit Kawasaki, Parts Unlimited, Thor, Dunlop, Scott, Vans, everybody that helps us, Traxxas, BH Bicycles, Toyota of Escondido, my girlfriend. Thank you, guys.
Great job on your heat race win.
Well, and we get to see all of them together in the main event a little later on. But first, heat racing for the Supercross bikes when we come back.
FIM.
We have to tell you about the passing of two very popular figures in the motorcycle industry. Danny Magoo Chandler, best known for his win at the 500cc USGP at Carlsbad back in 1982, passed away recently, as did Andrew McFarlane, who passed away after a practice crash in his native Australia. All of us here at Speed send out our condolences to their families. For more on the story of Andrew McFarlane, here's Aaron.
Well, guys, Andrew McFarlane had two fellow Australians, Chad Reed and Michael Byrne, want to pay some tribute, a little love and respect to the deceased Andrew McFarlane. So they decided to go in this past Thursday and have some tattoos done of Andrew McFarlane's signature logo and nickname, Sharky. They said it was a lot of pain. It was definitely worth it. They reminisced some old times and also some great old battles, and the battle they definitely did. What a nice gesture, a nice way to pay tribute by permanently inking in memory of their past friend.
Jason Thomas carrying Andrew's jersey here tonight. And Jeff, you and I sat with Reed and Byrne when they got those tattoos, and they were sharing some memories.
Yeah, and it was great to hear, you know, Chad and Michael Byrne talk about how hard Andrew used to race him. And Chad's going, yeah, but, you know, he took me out at this race. And Michael says, well, yeah, at least he didn't put you in the creek, you know, and so they're laughing about it. And these guys grew up racing each other. They all traveled the world racing, and there's a real love and respect there.
Let's show you the track map now as we get ready for heat number 1. And our Toyota track map for the Supercross class.
Well, here's the start that's outside, and as you come down this wide open section here, they took those 3 jumps out, so it's just nothing but flat, wide open here, Ricky.
Yeah, you turn left, a quick, big triple right out of a turn. A lot of riders having some problems with that. Double, right turn, there's a little triple, and a big triple right there into a right-handed section. Actually, change this up a little bit, but you turn left into the easy set of hoops.
Yeah, and then this is where you come by the finish line area. And this next set of whoops right here, there's a double out of the turn, whoops, another single, and this is that turn where Porcel went down. It was all muddy. Now, I believe the 450 guy is going to be able to triple on out.
What are we thinking about gate pick tonight, guys, as we look at the line here?
I actually was down there. I did the track walk this morning, and I was looking in. And I'm going to say about the 4th one inside from the gate right there. That was the preferred line, as Jeff just showed you.
And I tell you, for the guys that have to go through the LCQ, like in that lights race, or anybody has to go through in Supercross, you get stuck on the outside, it's going to be tough because of that. Everybody comes rushing into that 90-degree left-hander, and everyone pushes wide.
We've talked about the 90-degree left-handers, and it's you know, it's tough because there's not a lot of real estate. 180 turns are much easier. So if you're starting on that outside, you have got to get the jump or you're done.
And remember, too, these guys have yet to be inside the stadium. They are outside the stadium right now, back behind the scoreboard. Here's the lineup of the riders coming into this first heat. Look, we get to see Windham and Brayton. Andrew short, 30-second board is down. 5 to 10 seconds will be off and racing in Vegas. Kevin Windham gets a good jump.
Josh Hill's in there, Nick Way's up front.
Here comes Windham into the stadium, riding on a 2-race win streak. Who's gonna get inside? Hill makes a great move on the Yamaha. The San Manuel-backed rider into the lead.
Brayton's in there in 3rd.
Boy, Windham's trying to counter back.
Might get him right here.
And I tell you, Ansett, I believe Ansett's up inside the top 5 also.
Oh, he took him way high.
Windham getting pushy out there.
Here comes Hill charging back, all in blue tonight. Windham squares him up.
Oh!
Well, and these guys, they've seen how muddy the lights riders are coming back to the pit area. Nobody wants to be behind. Stay nice and clean. Get all your sponsor logos out there.
Oh, man, I almost think he's going to jump past him. He's got him on the high side and a new leader. Look at the crowd cheering on Windham.
I'm telling you,
this guy's got the momentum going. Me and Jeff are watching him practice, and he looks like the Windham of a couple years ago when he was winning a couple races here and there. I mean, his corner speed's amazing. He's flowing good. I mean, look at the guy.
Listen to the crowd.
He's so fired up, though. There he is, the first guy of the night to nail the triple. And I do think there's a correlation between him working closely with Mike LaRocco on that factory connection team. Remember, Mike had a very long career, and he was fast, you know, well up into his 30s.
Here's Josh Hill. He's got Brayton right behind him. Hill told me earlier this week, he said, you know, I really could not breathe at all in Salt Lake City. He's been dealing with those broken ribs. It's amazing how he's been even getting through the races. But he said, this week, down here in Vegas, my ribs are healing up. I feel a lot better. I think I can get back to the front of the field again. He's riding much stronger tonight than we've seen him in the last few weeks.
Yeah, 100% sure. I couldn't imagine riding with broken ribs. There's no doubt about it.
Justin Brayton on the 23. The Joe Gibbs Muscle Milk Toyota back to Yamaha.
And the names across your screen, top 9 are in the main. And as we get right here, this is about 15. Goodwin. You're also going to notice that
look at Brayton skying over the triple.
Ooh, look how muddy it is when they land off the triple. The guys are having a hard time keeping their balance because there's like a 1.5 to 2 inch layer of mud or slop, if you will, on top. So you can see those guys are landing and you just basically have no control of the bike.
Yeah, and looking through this section here before the whoops, it's really good right there. And even this section was wet for the first lights heat. It's already dried out quite a bit since then. Now, some of those muddier sections, they're going to be a little rutted and you know, a little muddy in one line all the way through the night. But the rest of the track, yeah, look how wet it is right there. There's actual mud.
Wow. Andrew Short riding along in 4th on the Red Bull Honda. We watched the 2 Yamahas lead him out of the stadium.
And this is the section, you guys, where you're coming right around there, and when it's really wet, okay, there's a lot of moisture in there, that dirt is really heavy, and it's hard to see Andrew just duck his head because he's just getting a mouthful. And actually, it will actually hit you on your neck, and it stings really, really bad.
It's just like sitting there with somebody
Andrew inside of Brayton. That'll give him 3rd. Justin comes right back, takes the spot, and then Short gets it right back.
Yeah.
Look at these two swapping it back and forth.
Andrew Short ain't scared to drive it in on a man. Look at him.
No, he's not.
I wouldn't be scared to drive it back on him, though, that's for sure. These guys
Here it comes.
Get up on it.
Boy, Brayton trying to get there, couldn't get it.
No.
Those
He's
guys
going to get him back right here, though.
He's got the line on the inside.
There he goes. 29's going to do it to him again.
And did you see where Brayton, he actually tripled that thing for the finish off of the low line?
Yeah. Ooh.
Andrew is such an interesting character that way because when you talk to him in person, he's so reserved, so calm. But boy, he gets on that bike, puts that helmet on, and look out.
Yeah, that calmness, he gets on, when he puts that, you know how us racers are, we'll put that helmet on and, I don't know, it tightens down on our brain or something, and you just, we're not the same people sometimes.
Oh, man, Brayton almost got high side.
Little high side, that's some street bike stuff there.
Oh, look at Short dragging the rear wheel into there.
Watch him right here, guys. See him? They're skidding like that and don't have much control. That will keep getting better and better as the night goes on, as it dries up a little bit.
Yeah, that was an interesting ride that Brayton had there coming through that big sweep and turn. Let's take a look at it here. He's on the blue bike right here. Now watch as he gets on the throttle right here. He hammers it, and it slides out on him, and it hooks a little bit.
Man.
There's a tree out there.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
You don't want to get high-sided by a tree.
Wow, but I tell you what, Windham has handled everybody in this heat.
He's got a 4-second lead right now.
I love watching this guy ride, man. I could watch him ride all day. And look, he steers with the front end a lot compared to most guys.
Watching the battle for the final transfer.
What's that? Tommy Tails Hahn out there?
Oh, Josh Hill is down.
Oh, look.
And
Nick Way goes by.
He had his hands out there like he was.
And that's about midway through that big sweeping turn.
Yeah.
What a bummer.
A lot of riders going by. Saw Thomas go by. This is going to take him out of the top 9 in the transfer spot.
Watch the replay. Here he comes around here, and he starts to scoot out. Oh, he actually loses the front wheel and just tucks it in.
And Jeff, when he went down like that, right on those ribs that are hurting him.
Look at him.
Oh, that's got to be so painful.
He had his elbows. When you get your elbow in, right on the ribs.
Oh, look at. Yeah, that is so fun. That line he's taking. It's funny, you just kind of like float and you keep your momentum at the same time.
Windham
sitting down like my buddy over here, Jeff Emig, used to do when he'd sit down. You sit down, little pre-rev before you land.
Oh, well, that's when you just know. It's like you can actually time the RPM to hit the rev limiter. You know exactly when the rear tire is going to hit the ground. So you pre-rev it, and then right as you land,
yes.
Wow, this is awesome.
So fun to ride. I mean, so fun to watch ride. He's so good. As I was saying earlier, he sets his bike up. It's a little high in the back end, so it seems like he's able to turn with his front end. You know, he steers with his front where a lot of guys steer with their back end. I know it sounds a little weird, but it's just neat to watch him ride.
Well, you know, Ricky, you were always one of those riders that the back of the bike had to be low.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that there's quite a bit of difference in height between you and Kevin, does that have anything to do with, with it?
Absolutely. You know, he's taller. He has more leverage on the bike, so he can run the back end up a little bit taller. My back end had to be low. I just felt like I had more control of it. Subframe and stuff was cut down. The shock was shortened, you know, a little bit, and I just felt more comfortable that way. So two opposite ends. But even though my bike was low in the rear, I run my forks really, really soft to give me good feel for the front end.
Yeah, Kevin's always, you know, you can see that front wheel moving around. And a lot of Supercross bikes that maybe like James Stewart, his front fork spec is so stiff, it's like it doesn't even move. But one thing that I've always admired about, and I've always wondered about with Kevin is, you know, in Supercross, how can he run it with that much action so that, you know, so that it's soft, but he makes it work, especially here tonight.
Kevin Windham coming to his 5th heat race win of the year. Checkered flag awaits him here in Vegas. Windham's going to the main.
Wow, and he is a good 5-6 seconds ahead of Short.
271. Gibson,
yeah.
He's going to wish he wouldn't have been so nice.
No. Watching this battle for the final transfer. Who's going to get it?
Here it is. Oh, he had the line. It's close.
Peck on the 58. Gets it. Gibson, one spot short. Goes to the LCQ.
It's a little more track time for Gibson there. Maybe get to have a chance to make some changes to the bike.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, Windham talked a lot earlier this week about how much he's feeling the crowd these days and how much enthusiasm they're showing him, like these folks here with the sign, and it's really driving him to perform at his best. And you can see he's enjoying it, playing with the crowd as he's pointing to the crowd while he's going over the big triples, having a good time. There are the 9 riders going on. Gibson to the LCQ.
I like that setup there. All of the kids, they had the Dungey posters, and it looked like their mother had the Windham poster.
Yeah, I think the thing about Windham is he's getting older. He's starting to appreciate what he's done and how cool this sport is and how cool the fans are.
Aaron.
Well, guys, Kevin Windham is hungry for one final victory of the season. Kevin, coming into today, you guys actually switched motors from first practice. You put in a whole new motor, a spare one, in less than 20 minutes. You came back out, second fastest overall in practice. How much of a difference is that going to make for tonight?
It's going to make a huge difference. You know, the track's exciting here. Everybody's going the same speed. It's going to be I'm interested to see heat number 2, but Geico Power Sports Honda's running great. I'm looking forward to being up here all night.
Take us through the pass you made over Josh Hill. The crowd just erupted. They went nuts.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, man. The energy here in Vegas is unbelievable, and you know, it was a great ride for me. You know, I was really pumped about it, and you know, we still got 20 laps to go, so it's going to be a big night.
Congratulations on your 5th heat race win of the season.
Going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to watch Dungey and the rest who are coming up in heat number 2, including Chad Reed and Davi Millsaps. It's all over Las Vegas this weekend, over at the Hard Rock on Tuesday. The Road to Recovery poker tournament, big charity function. They also raised money for Andrew McFarlane. Great time over there. Everybody was out. The Monster Girls were there. Helping is a big part of it. A lot of the riders got involved. Jeff, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it certainly was. And there was some money changing his hand. You see Christophe Pourcel checking his hand. Said he didn't get the cards he needed, though.
That's always the case, right? But a lot of money was raised and a good time was had by a lot of folks, and it's just a part of all the fun that goes on here in Vegas. It is really becoming a huge destination, an event, more than just a race here on the AMA Supercross schedule.
Well, yeah, and we do the Road to Recovery charity golf tournament. We raise all kinds of money, but right now,
hey,
look at Windham.
Look at Windham shooting autographed T-shirts into the crowd after winning his heat.
Way up there.
I never shoot anything up our way.
I'll tell you what, these guys are shooting for the hole shot here in Heat 2. I can tell you that. Look at that, number 5.
Dungey, Reed, Millsaps. There you see Dungey in the yellow with the target right on the helmet.
And Dungey was our fastest qualifier here today. He really nailed it in that final one. It was a 102.4. And in the last heat, Windham's fastest was only a 105. So tracked quite a bit slower right now than what it was in practice.
30-second board is up. Here we go. Heat 2.
Man.
Dungey, first to the corner. He's got the whole shot. Here they come into the stadium.
He's got company.
That's Chad Reed right there with him on the 22. And Reed was telling us the other night, Jeff, I'm feeling it this week. I'm going after a win.
He said, I'm going to win.
He just messed up
stumbled there big, didn't he?
Yes, yes, he did.
That opens the door for Kyle Cunningham on the 32. And he's going to jump his Valli Motorsports Yamaha into second.
Look at that slip up that Chad had, and look, he is right behind Ryan Dungey. Look how far Dungey's already ahead. I mean, that's just to show you a little mistake, how much it can cost you.
I tell you, for Cunningham, this is a great start, though, too. But, hey, Reed's had so many great rides in this stadium, and it's nice to hear him that confident and feel good again, because this season, for him in Supercross, he's never really had a bad season.
No.
And this was it, so it had to be tough on him.
Plenty capable of winning Supercrosses. I mean, he's put a whipping on all of us, you know. Look at Cunningham.
Having a very good ride.
There's that fast section. Oh, look at
it. Look at that. Cunningham coming off an 11th place finish at Salt Lake just a week ago, and he's going to pressure Dungey a little bit.
He's going after the champ.
Boy, if he could beat Dungey and get a heat race win, what would that do for Cunningham's confidence?
I tell you what, if it's contract time for him.
Well, and it is for so many guys after tonight. A lot of pressure on a lot of riders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Including Reed, for example.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he'll always have a good ride. There's no doubt about it. But you know, I think Kyle has something to prove here, without a doubt.
Well, and remember, you've seen him this season, but it was in the East Coast Lights. So he jumped up to the 450 for this final round.
Did you guys just see Ryan Dungey? He's starting to triple, like you said, Jeff, out of that turn. You know, what those guys were doing in practice. And Cunningham didn't do it and lost a little bit of time there.
You know, you guys were talking about the stadium and how it was good for some guys and not so good for others. You know, Ricky, Supercross racing is different than any other form of racing, whereas, you know, say maybe, you know, Laguna Seca's always been good to me, or Darlington's always been good to me. Well, that track never changes.
No.
Here, the stadium is the same, but the track is always different. So is it the vibe of the venue?
Yeah, it's the vibe, the venue. Each venue has a different vibe. You know, you can walk into a place and the vibe is just good. You know it's going to be a great night.
And it's the personality and the characteristics of the soil.
Yeah.
Like I said, the stadium with here, how you go in and out. It also has to do with the time of year and the weather. You know, the temperature. Last week it was snowing in Salt Lake. Now it was 90-degree day here. So
these guys got to start tripling out of there. You see Chad Reed just doubling there. Ryan Dungey tripling there. He loses a lot of time by not doing that.
And Dungey absolutely flying right now. Last lap around was a 104.6, about a second faster than Windham's best.
Sorry, Jeff, go ahead.
And the reason that matters is because when you collect all of the 8 laps, the winner of the fastest heat gets first gate pick in the main, and then the winner of the other heat gets second pick, and so on down. So if you're 5th, let's say, in this heat, and it's the fastest heat, you'll line up 9th as opposed to the other heat.
Most of the time you want the first gate pick, but sometimes it's better to have the second gate pick because you want to...
Oh, here comes Reed. Reed's going to get him on the inside. Really pushes him out there. Reed's now up to second. Go ahead, Ricky, finish that off.
Yeah, sometimes you want to be the second guy to get the gate pick just because, you know, you can see what your competitor's going to do and line up on the inside of them. Kind of like if you're the first guy to go out there, you're the lonesome dove.
Yeah. What a year Reed has had. You know, a pair of 19th place finishes to kick off the year. Those crashes, the injury at that second race in Phoenix. He was gone for the majority of the year. Comes back in Houston, a 4th, a 5th, and an 8th as we get into the final portion of the year.
Yeah, it just started out bad for him, you know. I mean, you know, the first 2 rounds, obviously, but even before that, he got a late start on the new bike, and, you know, in this day and age, you can't do that. You know, you got guys that have been riding the same bike for a couple years now. You got to be in tune, you know, and he realizes that.
Battle for 6 is what we're going to be taking a look at now. This is a couple of the Hart and Huntington riders sporting some really cool gold paintwork by Kerry Hart's operation this week. Matt Bunny, Chris Blows going at it for 6th.
I'm telling you, these bikes are incredible. All the plastic is gold. They got these Talon wheel sets that have these gold spokes. I mean, you spin the wheels and the things just flutter.
And only Kerry Hart would have a gold bike like that, right?
Yeah, and they've got it, you know, inside of the casino, stuff like that. They really do a cool setup. And we actually sat with him the other night where he said, this team, we have had a great year, but we want to step it up and we want to start challenging for top 5s and podiums.
Yeah, Kerry telling us last night at dinner, he's coming out. He's got some tricks up his sleeve. And this guy, you know, Kerry Hart, you know Kerry for a long time.
He's a great guy.
A great guy, first of all.
Absolutely.
But a very sharp guy. As a businessman with everything he's done away from the track, but the way he's pushing this team and where he's taken this privateer team, he's ready for the next step.
Well, I'll tell you who's ready for the next step. Just behind Bonnie and Blows is Kyle Chisholm, who's fighting for his life to get at least a top 10 in the overall points. But right now, he's trying to get a better gate pick. He's running 8 right now, 8th in this heat.
That's him on the Moto Concepts Yamaha number 55 in the white riding gear. He's in 8th right now, Jeff. 5th place just a week ago.
Hey, that was a solid ride for him. And I'm telling you, this team has been getting a little better each and every weekend. The lights riders have been really successful this year, and Kyle has fit in well on this bike and with this team.
That's the best finish he's had all year too, that 5th place.
Great to see these guys, H&H riders, doing well in their home, you know, at their home race. That's pretty cool. I'm really happy for that whole team, and you know, and Kerry, such a great guy, like you were saying earlier.
Well, he's been feeling the pressure too, because since it's their home race, everybody's been, hey, I need tickets, hey, I need this, you know how it goes.
Let's take a look at this pass for the final transfer here. Rivas has got it, he goes wide, and who comes in the inside there? Demuth, reigning arena cross champion.
Josh Wright with the Hart and Huntington 2, and Manuel Rivas is on that 921, the Kawasaki.
I think Demuth was probably, he didn't know what to do with that. There was so much room, and in the arena cross championship that he races, everything is tight.
It's tight like in a phone booth.
Yeah, to pass somebody, you practically got to run into him, but he had the smooth line there.
He told me today he's planning on going back and defending that arena cross championship.
Guys
White flag is out. Yeah, one more to go. They are in transfer positions, though. Yeah, Here's our leader. Look at Dungey.
I was looking at the time and the scoring. This guy almost turned a 103 lap time. He turned a 104.092.
Well, and as those muddy turns get better, you know, the track's gonna get faster. But I do agree with the mentality here, you know, that Ricky's saying about Dungey is that, okay, you've got the championship in the bag. Let's don't worry about the nerves and all. Let's go out and get back on track and prove to everybody why you're the new Supercross champion.
For Dungey, it's heat race win number 9 in 2010. The champ's going to the main. Who's going to go with him? Chisholm fighting his way through. Trying to get one of the final spots. Millsaps is going to the main. Reed will take second. Final trip through the whoops here. Byrne's on his way. So both of the Joe Gibbs bikes are going. Bonnie's in, Chisholm is in, so is Chris Blows. And the final spot will go to Josh Demuth, who will go on. The Arena Cross champ is going to the Supercross main.
And all three of Carey Hart's riders, all three of them in that one heat. Step
Good for
one,
him.
check that off the list. Now it's time for the 20 most important laps.
Here's the results. Manuel Rivas is the last guy in 10th, which means you go to the last chance qualifier.
That's never fun.
No.
I don't care who you are. That is not fun. I've been in it, and it ain't good. It's not. Anything can happen.
Especially the nerves that, you know, if you're like Chisholm or somebody like that who is really battling for that spot, and you got to get into that main. So.
Well, the good news for Rivas is he's been in the LCQ before, and he's won it. So maybe he'll pull it off again tonight. Here's Aaron one more time.
Ryan Dungey was fastest overall today during practice, but Ryan, you've been so comfortable all day long that you guys didn't make any adjustments to the bike setup whatsoever. Is there a specific part of the track that you're going to be focusing on tonight?
Really the whole track, they did a really good job. I think made a little minor adjustments here and there, but the bike's working awesome. I got to give it up for the Team Rockstar, Makita, Suzuki, and everybody, and it's going to be hopefully a good main event. Have some fun and enjoy it.
Fantastic job on your 9th heat race win of the season.
All right, so the champ is going on. We're coming back to Las Vegas. It has been a spectacular night so far. The racing has been very intense, just as you would expect it to be here.
And it only gets more intense as we go on.
Last chance qualifiers coming up next when we return. West Supercross Lights Championship. They've had us crisscrossing the country, watching both sets of riders put on some spectacular races. Weimer really dominated the West this year, took that championship. It's Pro Circuit stablemate Porcel, the man of the East. Now we get to put them all together one final time. And for some of these LCQ riders, a final shot to make a main. Fuel your passion for motorcycle racing between events with Speed Mobile. Get the latest racing news and results as soon as they become available. Send right to your phone. Just text Moto Speed 3 for Speed Mobile text alerts. Live riders in the gate here. LCQ.
And actually, this LCQ, it's the first time we actually get East and West together here, right? So that's
really a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
Man, there's some good guys.
See,
Man, it seems like every last chance qualifier, Jeff, there were good guys in it, like at a lot of the races.
There's just so much talent right now, and especially coming in, you know, the younger guys here in this. Borkenhagen's in there, Anstey, some fast guys.
Yeah,
this is a loaded LCQ.
Yeah, I mean, we're just, you know, I can't believe every time, you know, the lights is just stacked, which is great for the future of our sport. You know, the field is deep. There's a lot of parity. I like that. I think that's one thing that we need.
I'll tell you who's in this that doesn't want to be in it is Tickle. After winning that race up in Seattle, it dominated the race too, and I really thought that that was going to be his confidence builder. Not sure exactly what happened in the heat, but he's in the LCQ and he's got to get it together now.
Look at this huge crowd we have here tonight, and in that crowd, a lot of great moto champions here tonight. Ricky Johnson is here, Jeremy McGrath, James Stewart, Donnie Hansen, Brock Glover, and Jeff Ward, all here taking in the races tonight.
It's old habits are hard to break, and you get on with your life and you have kids and all this stuff, but I'm telling you, they love this stuff.
Aaron, what do you have for us?
Well, I have to admit, when I showed up here for track walk this afternoon, it was a bit of a disturbing sight to see Will Hahn and also his team manager David Pingree both wearing short skirts. One was wearing a short pleated one, the other a plaid one with polka dots. But here's the deal. Will Hahn had made a bet that he was going to take the victory last weekend in Salt Lake City. That didn't end up happening. However, he did make the podium. So after a severe crash that he suffered just a few days before that, David decided that he was going to man up and go along with the bet. So not only did Will Hahn show up wearing his skirt to do the track walk, David Pingree said he's going to go alongside him. It was slightly disturbing, like I said, but it was definitely a sight to see.
I'm glad there's no visual. I'm glad there's no visual with that.
There's some white thighs there, I'm telling you. Okay, Ralphie. Ricky.
You know, and that's all part of the fun and frivolity that everybody has here with Vegas too. You know, it's just all a part of everybody getting into the spirit, the racing here, and the happening with this race.
There's a lot of people that do a lot of things I wouldn't do there. I don't.
I'm telling you, it's a spirited crowd here. They've been packing this place. It was 90 degrees out. The pit party was totally going off.
It's rocking, man.
Everyone was rocking it, yeah.
I've seen race fans here from Australia, England, Sweden, and all over the United States. Canada have come all the way to Vegas for this particular round.
Worldwide.
It is huge.
I mean, it's the destination. It's the, you know, for Supercross, and there's not a more fitting place. And I'm telling you, if there was one place that I'd want to be right now if I was on the line, it'd be on the inside to try to get one of those first two places. I'd
want to be sitting in the rig already transferred.
If you're on the line, okay.
All right, here we go.
You don't want Jeff Emig lined up on the inside.
Watch out for that Emig fade. LCQ for the lights.
Oh, Steve.
Oh, man. Oh, one rider down, two riders down. Who's going to come out into the stadium with the lead?
It looked like Lipinovich.
Tickle had the whole shot, but he's not going to have the lead. Oh, man.
Blows him off the track.
Right off the track.
Punted.
He lost about 10 spots there. And another rider goes down. That's the 677, it looks like.
That's Hussey.
That's Jackson Hussey, yeah.
He put the hit on Lipinovich, and it was Lipinovich went wide there. When on the first lap, he should have taken the inside. That puts Brock Tickle in the lead.
Well, he had the whole shot, then he lost it. Now he's right back in front.
Man.
He's got Jake Canada with him on that 592, the Kawasaki.
Those guys left the door open, though.
Wide open.
Yeah, you don't do that in the last chance. I mean, you guys, all you watchers at home, you watch it all the time. You know you cannot do that in the last chance because the guy is going to come in on the inside of you and take your line away.
Well, Tickle on the number 20 DNA Shred Sticks Yamaha.
Well, this is just the start that he needed here. Got a little bit lucky sometimes in Vegas. Well, all the time in Vegas. That's what you want to be.
Yeah,
no, absolutely.
Now, see, the reason that Lipinovich set up wide is because he was going to try to triple this like Tickle did there on the first lap.
Tickle continuing to lead, working his way through. He hasn't spent much time in the LCQs this year. He has been there once, and he did get a win. Let's see what some of the action behind him has been like.
Well, watch this replay. That's Kilbarger on the 412, and Borkenhagen gets to the inside, and he's trying to get some bonuses here from his sponsors to get those close-up shots. That's Tanner logos. The only problem is that he's not going to be in the main event after a fall like that.
That was Tanner Moore on the 394 that rode right into him there on the KTM. Borkenhagen on the KTM as well. Tickle and Canada still 1 and 2. Those are the two guys, those final two transfer spots. Yamaha and Kawasaki.
Jake Canada, one of the local boys by my house in California. He's out of Sun City. They're always for Warthog and those guys put together.
If I was Jake, I'd just be cruising. He's got a good lead on the transfers, you know, a good enough lead on the guy behind him, so he's not going to get past to make it, you know.
Yeah, Chris Gosler, he's actually in third, and he's a good 5 seconds behind Canada.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen with 2 laps to go. Canada's just riding too good right now.
Yeah, he does.
You know, for him right now, you know how it is right now. He's thinking, dude, I'm running behind a guy that won a Supercross, so he's probably riding a little faster than he should right now, just because he has that carrot out in front of him. But he's just building confidence, riding behind a guy that has had some success this year.
Yeah, and he follows his lines and gets the pace down. And when you talk about Tickle right now, not getting through in the heat race, but now he has the opportunity to go out with a clear track. Some of the mud's gotten out there. He's going to see, this is going to be a little more accurate you know, test here of what the track's going to be like in the main, as opposed to, you know, that mess that it was in the heat.
Well, I mean, anybody can tell you how you should ride a particular section of the track, but until you're out there with a guy and he pushes you to do it, you don't really realize that you can.
Absolutely, and you know, I was talking about earlier, we were talking about the whoop section, and they are easier, but then you go down and you look at them, and they're still bigger than they look. So,
they were bigger than back in my day, that's for sure.
I think they get bigger every year. You know, it's times change, the bikes get better, the suspension gets better.
Coming to the checkered flag, Tickle's going to get LCQ win number 2. He does, and Canada's going to come across the line with him, and they're both going to go to the Lights East-West Shootout main event. We got one more LCQ for you when we come back. It'll be the Supercross bikes next. This championship season was back in St. Louis. The Edward Jones Dome watched Villopoto come into Dungey. That was the battle for the lead in the championship. Luck was definitely involved in that for Dungey getting the title, as Mike Gosler's mechanic will tell you.
Luck was definitely on our side. It not only bent the radiator, but hit right on the little veins of the radiator where the coolant goes through, and actually pushed them around. And they're really thin, and they were just smushed. And I have no idea how that radiator held water after the race, because I mean that was, I think, about the halfway mark. And had we lost coolant, it would have probably been, as many of those veins were damaged, would have been a lot of coolant coming out of there. And it's like, do you keep somebody out there riding a bike that you know may lock up, or do you pull them off? I'd have been on pins and needles out there. We definitely had luck on our side, and that's one of the things in this sport. Luck plays a part of it, you know. Sometimes it's bad luck, sometimes it's good luck, but it's good to have luck on your side.
You know all about that, don't you, Randy?
Oh, yeah, I mean, Mike Gosler was my mechanic through the latter part of my career. We won a lot of championships together. The guy is unbelievable. Very, very, very smart. Does a great job, takes a lot of pride in what he does. He's been doing it for a long time. Works with a lot of great champions, Steve Langston being one of them. He's right. You know, you got to have luck. I've been a firm believer in you make your own luck. You know, but that's why we race. That's why they call it racing. And Ralph, we were talking about it earlier today when we were down on the floor. You know, you have to make it to the end.
Yeah, you sure do. And that's what Josh Hill's thinking right now. I've got to get through this to make it into the main event. I can't do anything about winning a race this year if I'm not in the main. And he's got one final shot. This is the last main event of 2010.
This is it.
There's only 2 spots open, and they're going to be filled out of this. And going back to your point there, you're right about Ryan Dungey. You know, hey, you've got to get all the way to the season, all the way through it, to be crowned champion one way or the other. Luck is a part of it, but if you're not there...
Whatever, hey, say what you want, no matter whoever won the championship, you got to be in it. So, you know, you got to be in it to win it.
And Hill needs to get in this main event.
Yes.
He made a mistake.
He will.
On his own. It's going to be frustrating. He's probably sorer now than when he started. This is adding extra laps to his night, which his body just can't take.
Well, here we go. Final shot. Well, Hill was way outside, but he gets a pretty good start.
Almost gets squeezed off on that 90, and as they come roaring back down into the stadium, it's the 97.
But Hill's in a transfer spot, and he's got the inside line. He's going to get there first, and he's going to make the move around Fitch and take the lead.
Well, doing what he has to do here, and that's now he needs to get out here and just get in the zone, okay? Just get the body and the mind straightened out and everything dialed in and balanced out. Get your head on straight, get focused. For Fitch, it's going to be a battle royale here.
Yeah, he's got everybody coming from behind him.
Adams is back there. Blair, Brown.
This one's scheduled for 6 laps. 2 more than the Lights guys.
You know, for Hill, this has just got to be such a pounding on his torso there.
Every bump has got to be so brutal.
Yeah, he's had a hard rest of this, you know, latter part of the season. He really has. I mean, and then, you know, the guy's hurting and he has a slip up in the heat race and hurts himself even more.
Well, he had a string of 4 second-place finishes going from Anaheim to San Francisco to San Diego to Anaheim 3, and we're all thinking at any moment now he's going to bust through and start winning a few, and then all of a sudden it's a 9th in Indy and it starts going back the other way, and that's when he got hurt.
Well, he got hurt at Atlanta, okay, and he was pressing the limits. He was going for it.
Yes.
His fitness was there, the bike, the team, everything was working for him. His confidence was built, and he was going out there trying to win, trying to notch that first win. And in the process, made a mistake, got an injury. Now he's been having to, he's having to ride like a man, okay, ride the last half of the Supercross series hurt. That's tough to do.
Fitch, he better get on it. Look what's ahead of him, not what's behind him.
No, he's got Davenport right there on the 916, and Gray Davenport giving him all he can handle on that triple effects Kawasaki.
Yeah. Just behind Davenport's Ripple, Gibson, Goodwin.
And these guys are all racing for that transfer spot to be in the main event at the premier Supercross race of the year.
Bradley Ripple on that Honda of Houston ride. You see him in the back of the red.
I mean, you know Fitch, right there in the 97 bike. I mean, he is riding as hard as he can. Knowing it.
Oh boy.
Oh, he pushes him wide.
Pushing it way wide. Here he comes, side by side, barn to barn, fighting for the final transfer spot. And right now, Davenport's got it.
Now it's time to get a little dirty here. Got to, come on, Fitch, get in there.
Oh, he did. He got right up in there. But it wasn't aggressive. Here they come. Davenport fighting right back. He's going to take him wide to the Talladega turn.
And that's going to allow Ripple and Gibson to close up. He looks back. Now Davenport's looking behind him. He sees three riders going absolutely crazy here in Vegas for that final transfer spot.
Man, you can't waste time looking backwards. If you do that, you might make a big mistake here. Now look at them all stacking up in there. Oh, right into your living room.
Fitch is down.
I love it. Right into the living room.
Talking.
Oh, he had the spot, and in half a track, he gave up the final transfer spot and ends up on the ground.
He actually got a little help there. That wasn't his fault. There's no doubt about it.
Hey, this is the LCQ. If you're going down, there's probably somebody helped you on the way.
Yeah, he got a little help there.
Let's watch some replays here. As you can see him coming through the whoops, you got Ripple and Davenport.
Gibson
just gets
right
it
there.
out, and he hangs off the back and just...
Man,
thanks for not getting into the camera, though.
Got a little help, knocked his balance off. And
here
away
it comes
he went.
one more time. Look at that.
Yeah.
Gibson just comes into that muddy turn and just puts the hit on.
3D.
Right into the
That would have been unreal on 3D.
Hey, but it wasn't high definition right here on speed.
That's right.
Oh, good stuff here tonight. And Josh Hill out front. 4.1 seconds the lead.
Some good-looking Fox gear right there.
Josh Hill.
Yeah, look at this replay. This is Supercross heat number 2. Watch him here. The front wheel goes down and just pile drives his body.
Oh, look at him, you guys.
Agony of defeat.
He is in pain. Balled up like that.
But, and Hill, due to those injuries, Jeff, has had trouble in some of the heat races throughout the year and has visited the LCQ a couple of times. If he can hang on, this will be his 3rd LCQ win of the year.
Well, and the real devastating part about this is that he had a solid 3rd in the championship. I mean, he was going to get 3rd, and he was going to win a race.
Oh, yeah,
the injury.
absolutely.
And then with each passing week, he just started slipping back in points more and more and more.
It still doesn't. I've still been really, really impressed on what he's done this year, and he'll have to redeem himself. He's done it. He's done it once.
Hey, we got a battle brewing again for that final transfer spot between Davenport and Gibson. And we know Gibson's not afraid to mix it up.
Oh no, he's done that arena cross business. He knows. He ain't scared to ride a wide bike if he has to. Look at getting a nice little drive right there. He might put the Amic fade on you. You never know.
Hey, that's only up to start, okay?
If it was me, I'd wait to the last turn so the guy couldn't retaliate.
You got to get it there, but you got to get closer.
But
you got to catch it.
But that last turn is really hard just because the general line that they're taking, it's really hard for you to sneak inside. You better get after it, though. He's not in striking distance.
Or if you're not going to wait for him to retaliate, you better take him all the way out so he can't retaliate.
Absolutely.
Well, he's not close enough right now. I'm telling you, Davenport has put in a really fast
I'll tell you what, they're catching hill.
Yeah, they're on hill. He's probably cruising, and the two guys behind him are just wide open. So now let's see Gibson, this last set of whoops, if he can have a little bit of magic here. You know, this is the place where all the illusions go down. But
Hill's coming to the checkered flag. He takes the LCQ win. Davenport crosses the line right behind him, and Gibson is going to watch the season finale from the grandstands. Big night here in Las Vegas, a huge afternoon. The pit party. Wow, what a good time we had out there. Skate demonstrations, all kinds of stuff to see and do, and more great racing coming your way here from Vegas. Monster Energy AMA Supercross. Well, I bet you that young guy and a bunch of these folks in the grandstands today probably got a lot of autographs at the pit party. We got around to some of the riders and asked them, hey, before you became a big shot and everybody wanted your autograph, whose did you get?
Growing up in Colorado, we didn't have an opportunity to go to many Supercrosses, but getting an autograph was a huge part of it. For me, I loved Guy Cooper. He was always so happy and pumped, and it just made you excited to be around him and for the race. And
yeah, back when I came to Supercross as a kid, I was watching the guys like Jean-Michel Bell, Jeff Stanton, and Bradshaw, all those guys, and yeah, it was cool to go check it out, get some autographs from them, and you know, it's awesome.
I'd get everybody's autograph, but I'd come back twice for like the guys that were nice to me. You know, like John Dowd was always really nice to me, and Doug Henry, and those were like my favorite riders back then, and Greg Albertine. Like just the guys that were cool, those are the guys I liked after that.
It was I'd say Jerry McGrath. You know, the guy was the king, and you know, obviously he was the king for a reason. Has 7 championships under his belt, and you know, then it was like I like Pingree and Lusk and Emick and all those guys. So, you know, I like to get everyone's autograph and posters, you know, back in the day. So a little variety of everything.
Yeah, signing autographs is really fun. Sometimes it gets kind of monotonous, but to see the kids and, you know, I've been in their shoes. I know what they're experiencing. They're just pumped to be at the races and to see the people they look at in the magazines and on TV. And so when you can relate to that, it makes it exciting to know you're a part of that experience for them, and just to be a part of Supercross, living my dream, and that's one of the aspects of it.
I think the kids are awesome. You know, they look up to us, and I think, you know, us as being pro riders, we're, you know, role models to them. So, you know, I enjoy giving stuff out to the kids, like goggles and gloves and, you know, jerseys if I can. So, yeah, kids are definitely fun to give stuff out to.
RC, you got a good story about when you were a kid.
Yeah, 1986, Tampa Supercross. First Supercross I went to, Jeff Ward gave me his winning trophy. I was 6 years old.
Cool. Look at the big crowd we have here at Sam Boyd Stadium, and if you come to an AMA Supercross and you hit the pit party, there's a really good chance you're going to meet your favorite rider and get his autograph too. We'll be back. If you're looking having a great time here tonight, one of the things we wanted to show you now is a look here at our Rocky Mountain MC season review.
Number 10, Tickle Me a Win.
Brock Tickle, the likable 20-year-old Michigan native, earned his first career Supercross Lights win in the deep ruts of Seattle's Quest Field.
Number 9, The Big Show.
Everybody loves The Big Show. In 2010, over 800,000 fans packed stadiums and were thrilled by the stunning scenes and sounds at opening ceremonies. The world's greatest tailgate bash is on display before every race at the Monster Energy Pit Party.
Number 8, Rookie Excitement.
Supercross rookies Justin Barcia and Blake Baggett impressed us all in 2010. Geico Honda's Barcia earned 2 wins and a second-place finish in the points. And Suzuki's Baggett will forever be the answer to the trivia question: who won the first main event at Cowboy Stadium?
Number 7, Crashes. Number 6. Kennard steps up.
After the first 6 rounds, the West Series went on hiatus. Honda's Trey Kennard stepped up and showed he's ready for the Supercross boys in 2011. In 6 races, Kennard ended up on the podium 5 times.
Number 5. Honda's Heroes.
After going winless in 2009, Team Big Red responded with 3 wins in 2010. Davi Millsaps puts Honda back to the top step of the podium. Kevin Windham has done it. He's won Seattle. Number 14 is number 1 tonight. Career win, number 18. Kevin Windham has done it.
Number 4. Villopoto's Hot Streak.
After a slow start, Ryan Villopoto dominated for much of the season, earning 7 wins over 10 weeks. He pushed Ryan Dungey to perform and gave us a title fight worth watching. Even though the Monster Energy Kawasaki rider came up short, he was the fastest rider on the track for much of the season.
Number 3. Falling Stars.
The 2010 Supercross season forever changed in Phoenix. James Stewart and Chad Reed found each other and went down hard. Both riders would miss major time and would never be a factor in the title hunt.
Number 2. Sweeping the Lights.
For the 3rd time in 6 seasons, Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki swept the Lights titles in both the East and West. Christophe Pourcel and Jake Weimer doing the honors on the very fast green machines.
Number 1. Dungey gets it done.
5 main event race wins and an average finish under 3 earned Ryan Dungey the 2010 Supercross title. In the process, RD5 made a bit of history. He became the first rookie since Jeremy McGrath in 1993 to capture the crown. And he brought Suzuki their first championship since Ricky Carmichael rode to victory in 2006. 1 season in Supercross, and your name is alongside McGrath and Carmichael. Not a bad start, Ryan.
Fast, loose, and as wild as it gets. Saturday night, May 22nd, the stars come out and the gloves come off for the NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race on Speed. It's a winner-take-all dash for cash. And with $1 million on the line, it's checkers or records. The NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race.
Right now, they're loading in the gates. Let's take a look at our contenders. In the number 1 position, the Speed TV pit reporter, Aaron Bates, better known as Long Leg Reporter. Next to her, the past champion, color commentator, Jeff Emig. To her right, she's been a live arena cross and supercross announcer, none other than crisscross herself, Ashley Phillips. And last but not least, he's known as the Informer. That guy there, the host of the show, Ralph Shaheen, in the last position. Let's get ready to go racing. On your marks, get set, go! Right off the Informer, trying to take out the past champion. Long Leg Reporter is out in front. Look at Crisscross go. We have still got problems down here on the line. Fro is holding them down or helping them to get up. Oh, down at the far end, 2 horses down. Long Leg Reporter trying to get up. Crisscross is crossed out of the equation. Past champion doing everything, trying to grab a hold. They are going at it down here on the line. Long Leg Reporter using the legs to get up, but Crisscross is still down for the count. Long Leg Reporter making her way back to the finish line. This could be it. Aaron Bates, come on over. Let's talk about the tactics of that race. It looked like it got crazy right from the get-go, and man, nobody could get up to stand next to you.
I'm telling you, my boys, they let me down. They crash and burn right off the start gate, so I think that's considered a loop out. I made it, I won, I'm pumped.
Well, there you have it. These guys are going to get out of the suits, and we're going to get back to real racing. Real racing coming up next. Stand by, it's coming soon.
I got to tell you, Fro said, as you watch the Jägermeister freestyle guys throw in the crowd, he'd been talking smack RC for weeks about how he was going to take me out. Couldn't let it happen. Took him down. Susan Gate dropped.
I'm glad.
I fro faded on him. Fro faded.
Thank you.
We'll be right back for the mains.
Let's pretend you had a magic outlet. You could use it to quietly power lots of things, even when there was no electricity.
Oh, man. Oh, there's apparently our winner right there. And these guys getting ready to go racing in the Supercross Lights main event. We do a VIP pit pass each week with our Supercross Lights. Here's the best of from 2010.
I grew up in Quito, that's in Ecuador. I live in the mountains, Quito's in the mountains, and it's a great city. I miss it a lot.
Hometown's Flaherty, Kentucky. I'll tell you how big it is. We don't even have a McDonald's. Pretty small, but it's home for me.
I started racing BMX when I was 3, and I made a transition over to motocross when I was about 4. It was pretty easy and natural, and I mean, they're pretty comparable, and they're both a lot of fun. I still do both of them.
Rock or rap? I'll pick rock any day. I don't shower. I love to rage. It's all good. Rock and roll for sure.
Rock or rap? I'm gonna have to say rap. I don't know why. I love Lil Wayne. That's who I listen to all the time. I don't know, he's motivating. He's pretty gangsta, and I like him.
I'd probably take a burger over sushi, but it has to be Aussie style with eggs, bacon, beetroot, and pineapple.
Blondes or brunettes? I'd have to say brunettes, just because my girlfriend's one.
Blondes or brunettes? Blondes, probably because I just find more blondes out there than brunettes.
Xbox or PlayStation, I think I have to go back to old school Nintendo and just play Super Mario all day. Tattoos or no tattoos? I would say no tattoos. If I get a tattoo, I'm gonna come home with a black eye from my mom, so no good.
My dream job, if I wasn't racing Supercross, would be a bull rider, just because it'd be exciting and you really wouldn't know what the bull's gonna do, kind of like riding a dirt bike.
My dream job, if I didn't race Supercross, would be playing poker. I just enjoy being at the table and having fun, hanging out.
I'm Josh Hansen.
Yeah, I'm Brett Metcalf.
I'm Martin Davalos.
I'm Ron Sipes.
I'm Cole Seeley.
I'm PJ Larson.
I'm Blake Baggett.
I'm Will Hahn. I'm Justin Barsha.
I'm Phil Nicoletti.
I'm Jimmy Dakotas.
I'm Dean Wilson. That's your VIP pit pass.
When we come back, we'll have the main event for the Supercross Lights East-West Shootout coming up.
Saturday night, May 22nd, the stars come out and the gloves come off for the NASCAR Sprint All-Star Race on Speed. And with $1 million on the line, it's checkers or wreckers. But
area right down in what would be the end zone, right in front of the victory podium. That's a pretty good party going on down there. There's a real good one in the pits today as well, and our pal Lurch took a look behind the scenes.
All right, guys, here's what we got today. A lot of stuff going on. We got to stop by merchandise. You guys already stopped by and got there. We got to go to Monster, get some pictures of pretty girls. We got to swing by, get autographs, and then we got freestyle motocross. You guys ready to do this? On the count of 3, everybody in. 1, 2, 3, break! When it comes to getting the job done, Makita knows how to do it. You got to put the hammer down, and rumor is this kid's the fastest screw gun in the West. You ready? On your marks, get set, draw. Putting the hammer down, he has got it. That's making short work of the stuff. Makita doing it right. Dave, you got time for an autograph? I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I know you're busy, man. Great luck today. Great to see you all season, man. You're really putting it to it. Thanks, buddy. Good luck. I want the white one with a tie and a medium. Give me the tour shirt, the white one, and an extra large. And if that hat is one size fit all, I'll take the Monster Energy hat. Yeah, perfect. Thank you, boss. Appreciate it. So I figure autographs, maybe a picture a little bit later.
Hey, ladies, is this guy bothering you?
The kid's got it going on.
Yeah.
So do the riders. They're out, warming up, getting ready. Main event, East-West Shootout. Tits up.
If you're looking to get the best deal on a motorcycle.
Season comes to a close. 7 different riders have found the top spot on the podium. These riders rode 4 different brands to victory in stadiums all over North America.
I've been driving so long. I don't know where I've been.
But in the end, it was once again a duo of Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki riders earning the #1 plates.
I've been pushing so hard. Just one more race to win.
Tonight, from Las Vegas, they put their championship reputations on the line as the best lights riders in the world come together. The East-West Shootout from Las Vegas begins right now on Speed. Well, those riders are back in the gate, moments away from getting this race underway, the East-West Shootout. Hi, everybody, once again up here in the booth, getting ready for the first of what will be 2 great main events for you tonight, live here on Speed. And again, commercial free, so stay with us. You're going to enjoy this. And Jeff, we talked about at the beginning of the show the pride that is on the line for this deal.
Well, I think that's the deal, the East-West Shootout. I never won the championship, so when I came down to this, it was kind of the last chance to go out there and, you know, end the season on a good note. I was always on the West, and I don't know how you feel about it, but all the best lights riders come from the West.
Okay.
What do you think,
right.
RC?
Well, I won the East Coast Championship in 1998, back in the day, and I thought they all came from the East Coast. I mean, let's see. James Stewart's from the East Coast. I was from the East Coast. You're not even from the West Coast. What are you talking about?
You are really from the middle of the country. But you know, Aaron, for the Pro Circuit guys, this really hasn't been their race, has it?
That's right, guys. As dominant as the Pro Circuit Kawasaki team has been, this is definitely not a place that they have farewelled in the past until last year. Christophe Purcell took home a victory, so luck had turned around a little bit. Coming into today, things have gone well. They've won both their heat races, but luck had turned around once again when this main circuit breaker in the semi actually blew. So the whole team has been over at the factory Kawasaki rig using their supplies, using their equipment. Jake Weimer, he said he's got nothing to prove. He's got that #1 plate. He plans on keeping it on 2 wheels. The whole team had said they are just happy to have made it out of the press conference in one piece, and they're looking for Lady Luck to be on their side tonight's main event.
How tough can that be for the guys, Jeff, when they have to deal with something frustrating like that, when you're dealing with having to get moved over?
Well, it takes you out of your routine. For me, I was always a routine guy. I wanted everything to happen. And what that does by having a routine is there's kind of these markers in your brain, and when you reach the certain checkpoints, you start to funnel your concentration and your focus down to the drop of the gate.
Here's our starting lineup across the top of your screen. All the big shots are in there for the final race of the year.
This is going to be a big one, guys, because there's always been talent, but there's just something about this group that we have right now.
Yeah.
There's these, you know, some of these guys are transferring up to the 450 class for next year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Some guys have points they want to prove, you know.
The Dave Coombs East-West Shootout, live on Speed from Vegas. Who's going to give the whole shot? Oh, man, Tuck White's getting kicked out of the way. Pro Circuit 1 and 2 as they come into the stadium. 1, 2, and 3, actually.
And it's Wilson.
Weimer had the whole shot. Oh, here we come. Wilson's going to lose the lead. The 2 #1 plates look like they're going to go flying by.
3 Pro Circuit bikes out front here in Vegas.
Look at my pick, though. Where's he at?
Trent Kennard, he's 4th.
He's right there on the Honda, the Geico Power Sports Honda, running in 4th.
Barsha's mid-pack. Morris is 5th.
Man, this is some crazy racing right at the beginning. We got the best lights riders in the world all come together
and
face
Weimer
off.
showing the way. Jake Weimer out front. Christophe Purcell right behind him. Wilson, Kennard, here they come. Hewitt is right there after him.
I'm telling you, how fitting is it that we have the 1W and the 1E out front? They're teammates, they're riding together, they practice together, but right now it's every man for himself.
Absolutely. The thing is, that's why they're the champions. It's fun. That's, you know, champions seem to find their way to the top. This time they're getting an early start at it.
And talking about guys that'll be moving up, both Weimer and Porcel as well as Kennard will all be moving up out of this class next year.
And just behind the top 4, we've got Hansen now moving into the 5th spot.
Boy, I'll tell you what, the 108 of Wilson starting to size up Porcel.
Oh, yeah.
It's tight. Hansen right there.
It'd be cool to see Wilson do good, man. It really would.
But I tell you, as these guys are battling it out right here, there's no doubt in my mind that Justin Barsha, who is coming across the line in 8th, that here in a few laps, he's going to work his way up there into this lead group.
Well, if it has been a tough place for Mitch Payton's Pro Circuit team to get a win, if he comes out of here with a sweep of the top 3, that'd put that to rest, wouldn't it? And if he gets Hansen up there, they might have all 4. They go by the mechanics area. See the mechanics just off to the rider's right.
And I don't know if that's ever happened, where a team has had all 4 riders in the top 4 in this event.
That is
Look
cool.
at Kennard in the red and yellow and the number 38. Oh, there's Hansen sliding inside. He had us for a minute.
Dang, out of nowhere, man.
Boy, that win a week ago has given him so much confidence. Here he comes again, right into Kennard, and down goes Trey. Kennard is down. He's trying to get up and get going again. Kennard is back underway, but he has lost a lot of spots.
Oh, that is what you call, that's taking a man out right there.
Let's call it what it is on this replay. Watch this, they come over the triple. Hansen just carries a lot of momentum, and right away, he is definitely committed. Trey actually loses the front wheel a little bit.
Yeah, I stand corrected.
Well, from the different angle, you see it completely differently, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a hot move by Hansen. He came in strong on Kennard. So now you got Pro Circuit lights. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Weimer, Porcel, Wilson, and Hansen.
Mitch has got to be loving this.
Hey, Sipes is the first non-Pro Circuit guy in the line. He is now in 5th.
I'm telling you guys, though, just behind Sipes is Hewitt, and then Barsha is sitting in 7th right now. And I've been watching him come through the pack. He is on a mission.
You know, the first race was held here back in 1990, and Jeremy McGrath won that lights race on a Kawasaki.
Jeff, I thought you won the lights race.
The first lights main event here in Vegas was part of the series. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
This is actually
look at that.
This has actually been a very good race for Kawasaki. They have 8 wins going for number 9 here tonight.
Dean Wilson just did the triple section that only the Supercross guys have done in the race. He just did that section. That was awesome.
He's on a mission.
He was fighting to hold that front end through there, Jeff. It was really moving around on him.
Man.
Here comes Hansen to the inside.
Yeah, but he's not tripling that section there, and he's losing a lot of time with that.
Man, they're not.
I'm telling you, this is such a unique race. We've never seen this before in the East-West Shootout.
But these guys
Here's Wilson going after Porcel. Man, he came right up in there. I'll tell you what, that one section where Hansen is not tripling, he loses a lot of time to these guys from there out.
He does. This is like, I'm picturing these guys, this is probably how they ride at the test track. Yeah. When they're out there testing, they do this all the time, so I bet this has run through their head.
The only thing they better not do is take each other out. That's what's going to get Mitch upset.
Well, he didn't do it this lap.
Boy, Weimer is so quick. Weimer, Porcel, Wilson, and Hansen coming at you once again.
What a battle as they go outside of the stadium around the big sweeper, and look at Wilson on the pegs around that sweeper.
Just hammering wide open around
and look at Hansen close up right here, and then watch, he loses time. Right
Wilson.
there. See Wilson. Wilson! What a move on Porcel!
Puts it on the champ.
What a move on Porcel!
That was awesome.
That's textbook right there. He sat down up the face of the triple, lands, and just smooth, didn't hit no contact.
Here he comes, Hansen! Right there as well!
These guys are riding so close and so aggressive with each other. This is unbelievable energy.
Nice.
And there's no doubt that this energy is coming from the fans here in Las Vegas and everyone that's traveled from all over the world to be here for the Supercross finale.
Hey, don't forget the East Coast guys have had a couple of weeks off while the West Coast guys wrapped up their season. So for Wilson and Porcel, they're getting back at it. Wilson's last race at St. Louis, he finished second.
So right now we got a West, both the East guys, and a West off by another West.
It's bragging rights.
Hey, and
you said you thought the West guys are better.
He's got Porcel! Porcel's right there back to the inside. Hanny back inside. Porcel back. Wow, they're just swapping it.
This is great racing right here. You won't see any better racing than this.
Hansen once again. Porcel on the gas. Hansen lays claim to third.
I like how Porcel is just always so calm. He never wavers no matter what people are doing to him. You know, he just stays focused. Not seeing too much aggression from him right now. I don't know if he's just playing it cool, wanting to get through the race. Who knows?
There you see Hansen looking for a podium.
You know, we've had all of this battle going on behind our leader, but really, Jake Weimer has done exactly what he needed to do here tonight. He has been so dialed in now that he's wrapped up the championship. He's came out here, he's just executed perfectly.
And these are a couple of the hot properties moving up next year. And remember, Jeff, they're looking for rides too. Porcel and Weimer as we watch Barsha.
And watch this as Barsha, Sipes comes up a little bit short.
Oh, man.
And Sipes just barely clips him. I'm sorry, Barsha just clips the back of Sipes. They were running 5th and 6th. So that's going to put Barsha up to 5th.
As we were talking about, as you see Weimer here up front, Weimer, Wilson, Hansen, and Porcel, all those Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki's leading here in the East-West Shootout. A guy like Weimer, this is big resume stuff for him tonight.
Oh, absolutely. You know what, though? He's looking so good, smooth looking. Triple, triple, triple. I mean, he's showing these guys why he's got the #1. I'm really impressed with how good he's riding.
Racing continuing here in this East-West Shootout with Jake Weimer leading in front of his Monster Energy Pro Circuit teammates. Wilson, Hansen, and Porcel with Barsha running in 5th. Watching Weimer and Hansen, Wilson trying to close in on Weimer.
Yeah, Wilson's keeping him close. He really is, and we heard him after his heat race win. He said that he wanted to win. He's done everything but that. He's pretty hungry.
Well, and this is where, for a rider like Wilson, I mean, remember, he was an amateur last year. And so in 8 races, well, less than that because he missed some, and now we're at the end of the series, we've seen a young rider, you know, he's now a professional, full-fledged, has a series under his belt, and you really see him blossoming now in this final race. And what is great is because now, you know, this is the guy that next year, he could be the favorite for next year's series.
And look who's coming up in 5th place. There he is. The Geico Power Sports Honda in that red and yellow gear, Justin Barsha. A winner twice this season, Toronto and St. Louis.
Well, he started outside of the top 10, and he has just been pressing all the way, just really hammering it. And right now, his lap time's pretty good at about a 106. The leader's a 105, so he's just a little bit off of the leaders.
Not as close as he'd want to be. He's definitely on the chip. He's getting all he can get.
Well, anybody that's been to AMA Supercross, you watch Barsha, he's not afraid to hold the throttle wide, you know?
No, he's not.
He doesn't mind hitting the rev limiter, that's for sure, and that's how the kid rides. He just goes for it, wide open.
Track getting a little dustier now.
Absolutely. All that water that they put down, and it was wet in the heat races. Now look at it. You guys can see it's dusty. These guys aren't sliding around from it being muddy anymore.
Yeah, and remember the whoop sections earlier they were nice, and this corner was muddy. Now this corner is perfect to where Barcia can triple this section. At the start of the first heat, you couldn't even double out of those 2 jumps. So that's how dramatic, you know, the track has changed just in the course of a couple hours.
You saw mechanics area. We go back to the front. Weimer 1.2 seconds in front of Wilson.
This is an incredible ride here for Weimer, and especially know that it's all of his teammates back there and that they're all gunning for him.
You know, Jeff, it is going to be real challenging for some of these team managers this year because there is so much good free agent talent out there on the market for 2011.
And even with the guys like Weimer and Porcel, Kennard that are bumping up to Supercross, yeah, lights class is just as stacked.
Absolutely. You know, I think this is the best lights class, East and West, that we have seen in a long time. The guys seem so hungry. I mean, with so much will. It's been awesome racing all year long, both the East and the West lights races. Very fun to watch and be a part of. I'd love to see the look on Mitch Payton's face right now. I think of what he's only did like one time, swept the podium 1 or 2 times maybe. That'd be cool if we could do that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That's a fun turn right there, inside.
Yeah, Wilson's got that dialed. He started cutting the turn there off of the long straightaway a little early, and when he's hitting the triple, he's actually kind of hitting it at an angle, leaning the bike over. But a little bit of traffic here. That looks like Sipes probably.
It was fun earlier this week. I asked Weimer, you know, what did Mitch Payton do to help you become a champion and all this? Because it's really become a championship factory over there. And he got into this big discussion about how, you know, Mitch taught him this and taught him that and did this and did that, and he's really become a different rider over time. And I asked Porcel the same question. I said, what did Mitch do for you? He goes, he brought the bikes to the track. A lot of self-confidence there in the fast Frenchman.
Well, he's such a unique individual, Christophe Porcel, and you know, I think a little bit of who he is maybe gets lost in translation, and you know, he doesn't have all of the English words in his vocabulary, so you kind of hear him a little bit repetitive with his podium speeches, but there's a lot of personality under that helmet, under the hair, behind those shiny sunglasses that he likes to wear.
Yeah. He's at, you know, when he's walking around the pits, or some of you guys that don't get to see him, he's a colorful dude, you know, got his own unique style, as Jeff was saying, and he definitely seems pretty cool from the little bit that I've talked to him.
You know, one thing we haven't talked about is, once again, Mitch has got to find some more riders. He's going to lose Porcel, he's going to lose Weimer. He's got Wilson sitting there. He said that Hansen didn't even have to win this year, just proved that he's focused and he's gone out and gotten a win. So it looks like maybe Hansen might have a shot at keeping his ride there. I wonder who the other bikes are going to go to.
Mitch Payton always finds a way to make to win a championship, or makes the riders he gets, turns them into champions every single year.
Right, he presses you, he pushes your buttons, he challenges you with your fitness, with the mental side of it. He challenges you with different riders, and for sure his track record of building great equipment, you know, if you got great equipment, everybody wants to ride for you.
Boy, Hanny almost got tossed.
Yeah, he did. That's where you got to be careful. You know, that high-speed ski jump coming in there. It's you got to be on your P's and Q's when you land. It's hard. The landings hit hard.
Little less than 2 to go, and Weimer has got a comfortable lead, 2.1 seconds. But I really think this battle here, I don't think Porcel that's in fourth, I don't think he's done yet.
I'll tell you what, Hansen driving really hard. He is catching up to Wilson. That's going to be the good one to watch to the finish. The two guys that might be Mitch's number 1 and number 1 riders on the East and West going out in here for second in the shootout. Hansen right there on his teammate. Bar to bar. Here they come. Wilson and Hansen.
Wilson holds off the advances of Hansen, but this isn't over, and this is where the heart rate's, Ricky, you are redlining at this point. Oh, we've never seen a battle like this. 4 guys on one team.
That is
both the champions in the top 4.
Uh-oh, here you go.
Right there! Pushes him wide! Takes second place away!
Hey, look,
here's Porcel! He's gonna try the outside! Wilson, can he hold him? Porcel's there. Can the champ get inside?
Good.
Meanwhile, here comes Weimer. Porcel's gotten around Wilson. Hansen's going to go for second. And the West Coast guys are going to run 1 and 2. Checkered flag is out. It will be main event win number 5 on the year for Jake Weimer as he wins the East-West Shootout for 2010.
What a ride by all 4 Pro Circuit riders, and Wilson was digging so deep, and on the last lap, teammates Hansen and Porcel get by, and he's off of the podium.
The Monster Energy Pro Circuit team dominates the East-West Shootout. Here's Porcel.
Watch this here as Wilson tries to turn in right here, just can't find the traction. Watch what happens when they get together. Race over. Porcel triples. Wilson just doubles.
Man, from second to fourth and a half a lap.
A couple turns, actually.
Yeah.
What a ride, though. Jake Weimer.
Awesome for Weimer, an awesome season. First championship. I mean, that guy got it done this year.
And for all of his team, trainer Randy Lawrence, everybody.
And awesome for Mitch Payton.
Good for him, man.
What a year. We'll talk to them when we come back to Las Vegas. Las Vegas has been the site of some great racing tonight. Main event for the Supercross Light sure didn't disappoint. Certainly didn't disappoint Mitch Payton.
Oh, congrats to him, his whole team. That's awesome, man. Yeah.
Jake Weimer taking the win. Well, while the dust settles from that one, here's a look at the results. Kennard was up there early. He went down. He ends up 10th. Parsha battles his way to 5th. How about Brock Tinkle through the LCQ to 6th?
Good ride. Good job.
Travis Baker, one of the rookies there. Solid ride for him. An 8th in an East-West Shootout.
So look at the rest of the 20. So the Dave Coombs East-West Shootout goes to Jake Weimer, who's with Aaron.
Unbelievable race. Hard to believe Pro Circuit Kawasaki's luck completely turned around. They're sweeping the podium. Congratulations for them. Jake, you coming in here, you said that you had nothing to prove. You've already received that 1W plate. Did tonight's race boil down to pride?
For sure, you know, there's always a lot of speculation, everything, you know, going into outdoors. And, you know, I wanted to prove that I won this title for a reason. And, you know, I'm so stoked for my team. 1, 2, 3, 4, the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, Parts Unlimited, Thor, Maxima, Vans, Dunlop, BH Bicycles, Traxxas, Toyota Escondido, everybody that helps us, man. This is awesome for the team and so huge. Thank you, Mitch.
What do we look forward from you for next year?
Well, hopefully more of this, but on a 450. So, you know, we got outdoors to go, and I'm pretty focused on that right now, but hopefully I can get on a 450 and, you know, at least be standing up here.
Congratulations on ending your Lights career with a victory.
Jeff, let's take a look at our progressive pass of the race.
Well, and this is just after Hansen makes his way past Wilson, and then the veteran here, Porcel, sneaks right around the outside. He gets a little bit of momentum, and Wilson tries to desperately hold on. Couldn't hold the line. Yep. Goes from 2nd to 4th.
2nd place was a guy who was first a week ago. Hansen is with Aaron.
That's right. He kept the momentum rolling into Vegas. Josh, you and Dean Wilson having some aggressive passing taking place. Would you say that it was your experience that pulled you through?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm out to prove stuff, you know. Wilson's a new kid coming up, so he's really riding good. And, I mean, I'm just out here to do my job. I want to win really bad. I've been working hard. And I can't thank Monster Energy Pro Circuit enough. Mitch Payton, thank you so much. Traxxas, Cars, man, just everybody, my dad, Dirt Shark, got to watch the next video. All my teammates, all my mechanics, Vince. I need to do Parts Unlimited, Thor, Maxima, Dunlop, Scott, Vans, Chronic Taka. Just a few people that got me to here, and just Louis Vito for coming out. Once again, you're a good luck charm, and thank you guys, it's sick.
Tomorrow, Formula One on speed, Stampede into Spain for round 5. Here before his fellow countryman, Fernando Alonso hopes to keep his Ferrari steps ahead of the charging Red Bulls. Don't miss Formula One Spanish Grand Prix live tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, exclusively on speed. Red Bull 1 and 2 after qualifying. Mark Webber and Sebastian Vettel going to lead them as that one gets underway tomorrow morning. Let's go back to Aaron.
Christophe Purcell manages to make his way up to the podium. Christophe, you ended here last year with a victory, but this year, quite the battle on your hands. Take us through your race.
you know, I think it was a really good race for my Kawasaki Monster Kawasaki team, and you know, just I think the track wasn't too good, and it was really sleek, and you know, those guys ride really good. Todd is not too bad, but I mean, I think Vegas is the place to win, so I got to be sad tonight.
Congratulations to you. You always manage to stay calm, even though chaos is going around behind you. Dean Wilson, how close was this for you tonight? How hungry were you for tonight's win?
Yeah, I was really hungry. I mean, I wanted to win so bad, and I mean, I gave it my best, and came out with 4th. I mean, the last 2 laps, I was real tired and barely hung on, and you know, I'm just so pumped. Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, you know, the whole team, top 4, it's pretty awesome, and I just like to thank my mechanic and you know, the whole team, my trainer, my parents, you know, just everybody. Thanks a lot.
Terrific job from start to finish. Congratulations.
What he's come out with is a lot of knowledge.
A lot of experience, no doubt.
And a lot of experience, you bet. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with next year. Supercross guys, ready to go. Are you? We'll have it for you.
When it's time to get ready to ride, you need gear.
Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. Speed live with you all night long. We've got one race left to go in the 2010 Monster Energy AMA Supercross season, the FIM World Championship. It has been an incredible year.
I'll tell you what, the fans here are on their feet already. Parade laps going on. See Dungey, number 5, all dressed in yellow.
And Windham coming in on a 2-race win streak, Jeff, and he looked so good in his heat race. You got to wonder if he can make it 3 in a row to close out the year.
Well, those are certainly the favorites in the heat races. They were fast, but Chad Reed, Short, Cunningham, Brayton, Millsaps, Way, Byrne, and Stett all inside of the top 10 of the lineup.
Jeff Matasevich, Aaron, won the first race here on a Kawasaki. What do you have for us in your progressive pre-race report?
Well, guys, Chad Reed's family, his aunts, his uncles, and his cousins came all the way from Australia just yesterday to support him here in the final race of the season and also to congratulate him on being a new daddy. You noticed last weekend he wasn't out racing, and that's because he opted to stay home and support his wife, Ellie, along with their newborn son, Tate, after all the support that Ellie has given him over the years of racing. If you take a look at the back of Chad Reed's butt patch, you're going to notice there's a little baby buggy with a little trophy holding up there. Something a little special for the new dad, but I don't know if Tate knows this yet, but he might be expected to be the next future Supercross champion.
Well, Ricky and Jeff, you guys both know about that.
Well, I know that when you have children, it's less of me and more of we.
Yeah, all three of us know about that. All three of us have that one covered.
But that was really great support to Chad. So he says, look, we've lived the last 10, 15 years talking about him and Ellie for Chad. Yeah. And okay, this is first child. This is not about me anymore. I'm just stay home, just very dedicated.
Ricky, you and Ursula went through that?
Absolutely. I mean, I will say, you know, it is about the kids, but at the same time, to do his job and to be safe and to still perform, you have to, you have to have the babysitters and this and that to be successful at this. Now, for me, yeah, I'm home a lot, I babysit a lot more. But when I was racing, still a lot of...
Yeah, but your twins were born a day before your final Supercross, right?
Yeah, Friday morning.
Crazy.
Friday, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And that next, my last Supercross
was awesome.
Was one of the, even though I didn't win, it was the best race of my life.
And really good Sundays after.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here's the up close from tonight. 20 riders for 20 final laps this year. Windham and Dungey, 2 heat race winners. Villopoto, the winner here just a year ago. Ryan getting himself ready to go, come racing back with us next year. We hope to see Villopoto back here soon.
Here we go.
All right, 20 final laps in 2010. What a year we've had. We thank you so much for being with us here on Speed throughout the season from Anaheim 1 to Vegas. We started it live, we're gonna finish it live. And here we go. 30-second board is up. Dungey, Reed, Windham, the best Supercross racers in the world, in the gate at Vegas. We're live on Speed. Here we go. Dungey, first to the corner. Into the stadium they come charging. Full throttle, headed for the ski jump.
flanked by Michael Byrne and Kyle Chisholm, who are battling for the final spot inside the top 10 in points.
Here comes Reed. He's running in fourth, trying to sweep around the outside to third. Can he get second?
Yep. Keep in mind, this guy knows how to win races. He's won it plenty of times here. He rides this track really good. All it takes, one thing about Chad Reed, when I was racing him, it just takes the littlest thing for him to click. And man, when that light switch clicks, look at him. I mean, I'm telling you, it can happen.
He's up to second, and that light bulb is raging hot right now because he's charging. It looks like the light is on.
Chad Reed, third all-time in wins, and he had a few of them right here in Las Vegas.
You saw Short banging bars back there. Here comes Reed. Look at the different line he took through there. Boy, he was much quicker through there. Here comes that Honda battle. It's Millsaps and Short banging bars as the Honda stablemates are fighting it out.
You know, the knobbies on those tires are just being tested. They're just trying to rip them off there. But now that section's in pretty good shape.
Those guys are fighting over sixth position. They've got Michael Byrne on the Joe Gibbs Muscle Milk Toyota Yamaha right there.
And I tell you, just in the back of this group is Cunningham. Actually is on fire. So he's the 32 on the Yamaha right there.
Byrne right there with him. What a great pack that is. Short on the 29 in the blue riding gear. Millsaps trying to get inside. He does. Byrne falls back, and Cunningham right after him on the two Yamahas.
Here we go.
Battle for the lead. Here we go. Dungey in front of Reed. And you know what? Dungey hasn't really had to battle Chad Reed this year.
No. I'm telling you right now, this guy, number 22, has a lot of experience. I'm telling you, the light bulb might be clicking on right now. The littlest things, and this guy he's a force, man.
Well, it's clicked on 38 times in AMA Supercross before, so looking for 39.
Chad Reed coming pretty strong here, Aaron.
That's right, guys. So they made some bike setup adjustments earlier this afternoon. They changed up the rear shock and also adjusted the forks. They added some new tires, and the whole team had commented on that this is the best Chad Reed has rode all season long. Chad Reed had mentioned that he's out here racing tonight. He's going to let out some aggression, and he's got some emotion that's backed up there as well.
Lots of emotion, Aaron. He's got his newborn son back home he's thinking about with his wife, Valli. And, of course, recently losing one of his best friends in the sport, Andrew McFarlane. It has been a great and frustrating all at the same time week for Chad Reed.
Did you see that line Chad Reed just did in the whoops? Jeff, explain that.
Yeah, next time around here, we'll get into that. We take a look at the pit board. Just see his mechanic, Dana Wiggins, looking for that first win for Chad Reed on a Kawasaki. This season did not start the way he wanted. This has been the worst Supercross season of his career, but this is how you get things back on track and finish the season out.
Absolutely. He's jumping all the way into those first whoop sections there, and he might be sizing something up here.
Hey, Chisholm is having a great ride. We've got to give him all the credit in the world. He is running in third, and Jeff, it would be a season-best performance for him by far. He was fifth a week ago at Salt Lake. Look at Kevin Windham coming up through the field. Windham right now is up to fifth.
Hey, that was a smooth pass, just floated it in on the inside there. That bad start's going to hurt him a little bit. Don't know if he can get up to the top two guys. I know he can probably salvage out a podium finish. For sure.
Well, he's going to have to get past Millsaps and Chisholm. This race is far, but only 5 laps down right now.
There's a
great battle here as we're watching. Way on the 27, Short on the 29, fighting over 6th place. What a year Nick Way is at. Factory rider, non-factory rider, back and forth, on and off.
Yeah, absolutely. I was looking at Andrew Short's bike. That thing looks so stiff, Jeff. I mean, I don't know how he rides that thing. I don't know if he likes it that stiff or what, but the thing has no plushness to it.
Oh, there's Short.
You know Short's going to stick it in there on somebody on the inside.
Hey, and this could be the next turn. He's got the drive over the triple. He got the line on Way.
He's got it.
And look at Cunningham.
That's cool.
That's a great ride. Hey, this is the great thing about this season as opposed to, oh, Cunningham gets crazy. He tried to square him up, lost traction with the rear tire. But this is one of those seasons where there's a lot of rides, a lot of contracts that are up. And everybody is absolutely going for it here in Vegas, just like you saw in the lights class.
There's Brayton on the 23. He's running at 9th.
Well, taking a look at the lap times, our leaders, Dungey just set the fastest lap of the race, a 102.9, Reed's a 103.3, and the group that we're looking at right now with Wade, he's about a 106. So right now our leaders are crushing it.
Cunningham took the spot away from Way, and then Nick comes right back.
They tried there. A lot of people working this inside. I never expected all these guys to use that inside there after the triple. It's good to see.
Look at Brayton. Brayton pushing him wide. Brayton trying to get around him. Cunningham holding him off. But boy, Justin's really turning it up.
It's another guy's really impressed me. This number 23, Justin Brayton. I'd say this has been his breakout year for sure. I mean, just, you know, solid top 5s pretty much all season long. I think he's close to 5th in points.
Yeah, if he stays where he is right now, he will have gotten around Hill and moves him up to 5th in points. Hill is in 14th place right now.
Dude, how about that pass right here by Cunningham that he just made on Way? He is charging.
Ryan Dungey. Suzuki got their only win in Vegas here back in 1991 with Mike LaRocco. Look at the Honda battle going on here. Windham trying to get inside. Millsaps fights him off.
Wow, and how he squared out to the
inside. Look at that
pass. Move.
Oh.
Davi's not done either. Bar-to-bar in mid-flight. Great stuff from Vegas.
Kevin is one of the nicest riders for sure out there. I mean, look at just taking his time, not forcing it.
But on the outside, just drove around Millsaps.
Hey, Davey was being nice though, because Kevin could have punted him into the cheap seats a couple corners before, and is like, hey, thanks for not putting it to me.
And they're catching Chisholm too.
I'm telling you, there's something about Kevin's riding tonight. His confidence is there, his speed is there. He just seems so fluid and loose.
Chisholm, there he is, running in 3rd. We've been talking about him and what a great ride he's had. Season best, a 5th at Salt Lake a week ago, holding on to 3rd here tonight. Chisholm, 10th in points. He's tied with Tedesco. What a year it would be for Chisholm if he could finish top 10 in the points.
Well, and the Moto Concepts Yamaha team, this team has had all kinds of great finishes. You know, collectively the team has had some fantastic rides, but a podium here tonight in Vegas would just be unreal.
Tedesco injured in a big crash in St. Louis. Here this weekend, great to see Ivan. Talking to him, says the rehab's coming along. Still sore, but he's getting there.
It's a real treat to see Ivan and hot sauce when he's around, isn't it?
Yeah. What a good, bit of a bobble there for the 55. Opens the door for Windham.
There you go.
4th to 3rd, Windham charging.
And Windham's last lap was a 103.2.
In traffic.
Reed, a 103.5. Dungey still in the 102.8.
Reed, by the way, got his last win a year ago at St. Louis. Who thought it would be that long?
Wow, I never would have thought that.
All right, Windham. He is about 8 seconds behind.
You see him looking over there. He was looking over on the triple section to see where the other guys was, kind of get a marker, see if he can start clicking away some laps here.
Here's Tommy Hahn in 11th. Top privateer, sitting 8th in the points. That could be worth a $25,000 check tomorrow night at the awards ceremony.
It's a nice little payday.
That's real good.
This team also, the Rockstar Candidate Pepsi Suzuki team, led by Bill Keefe and all the guys, they have had a great year, you know. Baggett winning on the lights bike.
Battling with Michael Byrne. Byrne holding down 10th place. Hahn trying to get around him. Here he comes. He's in the top 10.
Look at that. Grabbed a handful on that single jump coming back off the hoop section. Oh, look at Byrne fighting back.
Well, he's 11th at points. You'd like to see if he could get in the top 10.
No doubt as they come racing back into the stadium here. See if Michael Byrne has got something here for Hahn as he tries to get back to the inside. Remember, Michael Byrne had that great start. He was in second. And I believe in those first couple laps, Ricky, things started happening a little bit too quick for him.
Yeah.
Okay? Once you kind of get your concentration, you know, you stumble a little bit, it's hard to recover.
Oh, look at this. Battle for fourth heating up as Chisholm has to now deal with Millsaps, who slides by.
It's by there.
Davey third in the points coming into tonight.
It's Mechanic on the board there for Chisholm, putting Breathe on the board, and that seems like it would be so simple. We do it every second of the day, but when you get out there in this competition like this, all the tension and the stress, and you're holding on, if you think about tightening up your stomach and your abdomen, it keeps you from from breathing. And if you can't take that breath, that's when the arm pump starts, the brain pump starts to go, the mind pump happens. You know, gotta breathe to get them lungs full of air.
Halfway through. There's Ryan Dungey taking the lead here at the start in Las Vegas. He's led the opening 10 laps. He's halfway to the checkered flag of the season finale here in Vegas.
Well, really for Dungey, what he has to compete with now is his own mind. Okay, keep focused, take it lap after lap. Don't start thinking about the finish now. And of course, the lapped riders. But this is, Ricky, this is just what you said he needed to do, right?
Absolutely, guys. You know, he needed to come in here and show these guys why he's champion. You know, these should be races that he's winning, gaining confidence with Villopoto out, not taking anything away from any of the other guys. But we all know who he was battling for the championship. And when the other guy goes out, you think, oh, this should be easy for him. So he needed to come in here and leave like he came into the series, showing these guys, hey, he is here, and this is why he wins.
4.5 seconds behind him is Chad Reed. Right there.
Yeah. Well, and he had the last lap around, Dungey was a 103.3 and Reed was a 104.3, and Windham at the moment a 103.5. So let's see if Windham can close it up on Reed right here. You see Windham just flying through the rhythm section. Just unbelievable timing that he has right through there. Really creative lines, and he's still charging it. He's ready to go the full 20 laps here. 14's trying to get as far up here as he can, and it's great to see him enjoying this and feeling, you know, when you feel confident, you've got the flow going, and you're just out there riding as hard as you can. That's really why we ride these motorcycles like this.
Yeah, you can just see in his riding how confident he is. I mean, how aggressive he's riding, his style. I mean, he's on it. You know, I mean, he could just be cruising right now for third, but he don't want third. He wants second place.
Behind him is going to be Davi Millsaps. Here he comes on his Red Bull Honda, number 18.
Look at that. You guys can hear them coming out of the turn, just lugging the bike. As it starts to get more hard packed, you want to put the power to the ground and not be too aggressive.
Battle for fifth. It's Chisholm, Cunningham, 55 and 32.
Cunningham, I'm sorry, Chisholm just kind of slammed the door there, but here comes Cunningham. Wow, just blows past Chisholm.
And Short's now closed up too on the 29. That red bike, here he comes.
I tell you what, Cunningham is really impressing me right now. He is on it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
doing awesome.
There goes Short inside. Takes spot away from Chisholm.
So now for Chisholm, okay, the mines, you start to slip back a couple spots, and all of a sudden the demons start to come in, start to say things to you that you don't want to hear.
That's right. Your muscles getting tired that you didn't even know you had.
But it has been a fantastic year nonetheless. We don't want to take anything away from him, but this gets frustrating, especially because at the beginning of this main event, he had third, and your mind starts thinking, yes, I can get a podium. I've never got a podium before. Now he slipped back a couple. It'll be a little bit frustrating for him.
Now he's thinking, you know what? I wanted top 10 in the series. I'm in top 10 right now as far as the points go. I think I'll just settle for that unless something else better comes to me.
Andrew Short is 12th in the points, and he's currently running 6th here tonight.
And I tell you, if Chisholm, if he's not careful, what's going to come to him is the 23, Justin Brayton, because he's on the move right now too with a 105.2. Last lap around Chisholm was a 107.7. That's 2.5 seconds quicker.
Yep.
Something like that.
Short flying over that big triple. And there you see the 32 Cunningham. Oh man, rear end dancing around on him there.
He can strike a golf ball too. He was in the charity golf tournament we were playing, myself and Jeff, a couple other people from Fox Racing. We had a foursome team out there, and he was a group ahead of us, and he's not a bad golf player either.
He was rocking it, and that built his confidence. And there's a big chance here for for Kyle, who's on the Valli Motorsports Yamaha right now. This has been a big step, and this team, even though we haven't seen their star rider Ivan Tedesco since the injury in St. Louis, as a whole, it's been a pretty impressive operation.
Absolutely.
They've got some great guys there that came from Factory Honda, from Pro Circuit, and they put together a pretty tight operation.
You know, it's hard to, leave the lights and come to these, come to the Supercross class on a bike you haven't spent much time on, not near enough testing that you would like to do, and run with these guys that have been racing this class all year.
But look at this, as Cunningham's trying to get past the main event winner from San Diego even, he just keeps moving forward. But the thing is, and Ricky knows this, sometimes you just get on the bike and it just clicks.
Yeah, it just
feels good.
Yeah.
Now this battle is for 4th right here.
Here you go. He's going to set him up right here. Watch him what he does through the whoops right here. Jumps
in, hops in.
Jumps.
And that might be good enough. It is.
And he's out of there.
He's got him.
Yeah.
Wow, are you kidding me?
I can't.
Cunningham is on the gas.
He's up to 4th.
Right,
he's doing great.
Awesome.
And he's still charging. He's a lights rider. They've already reached the 15-lap mark that a lights rider would typically be conditioned for.
He wants that podium.
Yeah.
He's got a ways to go, though. If he's going to catch Windham, he's going to have to, there's got to be some Vegas luck.
Here's Dungey, the leader. He's led every lap, way up front. And right now, he's got a 70-point gap between him and Windham in the points. That is the second, well, it is the largest point differential between 1st and 2nd in the points since Jeremy McGrath in 1999 won by 83.
And even Ricky didn't even have more than 83.
Wow. There he goes, getting around the 67 to close.
This has been a fantastic ride for Dungey here. Just coming out, he looks great. He just got the Suzuki vibe going right now, and it's got to say a lot about this team and what they've done, and not only for the team, but then also for Ryan and what he's done when he came onto this team as virtually unknown. Now in 2010, he's at the pinnacle of the sport, and there's just such a great operation there with Ian and Goose and Roger and everybody of the team, and there's a whole collective group that they have there.
Even Suzuki came out to the farm where he rides, and they were testing the week that Villopoto had his crash in St. Louis, trying to improve on this bike, and they actually found a new setting for a shock. It looks pretty good. This is the first time I've seen him ride in probably 3 or 4 weeks. I don't see him too much, and just looking at his bike, to me, it looks better, but you're always testing, trying to improve, especially they were in such a tight, close battle for the championship that, man, you're making improvements. You're trying to improve it before this main event.
Suzuki has only won here one other time, 1991 in Las Vegas with Mike LaRocco. Reed has just disappeared.
11th on the board across.
What happened to Reed?
Our leaderboard, timing and scoring, shows him back in 16th right now.
He must have fell down.
Not sure. There he is.
Looks good.
Not sure what happened to Reed. Might be a transponder issue because he's still right there in what looks like second place on the track.
And actually not that far behind Dungey right now. He's
Jeff, every one of these bikes carries a transponder as we're here on the final lap.
Yeah, they all carry a transponder that's tied on to one of the front fork legs, and could be just an issue there because there's no doubt about here that Dungey is your leader. Yeah, and then here comes Reed. He's in the right position. It's a fantastic ride for both riders.
Ryan Dungey on his way to capping off what has been a tremendous season. This will be main event win number 6 for Ryan Dungey in 2010. The rookie came in here with high expectations. Everybody thought he'd be competitive, but Ryan Dungey believed he could win the title. He did, and he wins Vegas as well. Ryan Dungey has done it. He caps the season with a big win in Las Vegas. The fireworks go off. Reed is second.
Here comes Windham in third right now. He crosses the line to round off the podium.
Windham will be third. Look at Cunningham gets fourth. Short gets fifth.
What a great job for Chad Reed. You know, got a little bit of confidence. As far as confidence goes, Ryan Dungey winning tonight, you know, leaving the last Supercross, big confidence booster for him next year this time.
Wow, the fans here in Las Vegas were treated to some unbelievable racing. Now a fireworks show in the season finale. The greatest motocross or a motorcycle championship in the United States, in the world for that matter.
And Dungey celebrating with the crowd here.
Wow. What a season, guys.
It has been incredible.
It really has. I mean, would you have thought at Anaheim, okay, that all of this stuff would happen that did? No. I mean, that's why we line them up. That's why we race them. And at the end of the season, number 5, Ryan Dungey, Rockstar Makita Suzuki is your champ.
Yep.
Mike Gosler, mechanic. Maybe a dynasty in the making there with those two, huh? There's his dad, Troy, and Roger DeCoster over to help celebrate. Well, we got a lot of people to talk to when we come back. Stay with us. Speed coverage live from Vegas continues, where Ryan Dungey has won the main event. We'll be right back.
Speed.
Well, all the action here at Sam Boyd Stadium is now down in the end zone where the victory podium is, and that's where Aaron Bates is as well. Aaron?
Can you believe that Kyle Cunningham makes it up onto the podium on only his 3rd 450 Supercross race? Kyle, this moment has got to be exceptional for you. What does it mean?
It means a lot. We're going into the outdoors, and there's a possibility of me riding the 450 there. And man, the last 2 weekends were hectic, and I finally put it all together. And you know, Shorty and all the guys rode a great race. I managed to work my way up to 4th, and you know, I couldn't have done it without the team. You know, Throttle's been a big help at Valli, and Chad Lanza, the owner, Burnsy, Frankie, Ben, Phil, you know, they all pushed me 100% during the week, and, you know, it got me here. And, you know, I'd like to thank them a lot. Answer Racing, Garnet, Shoei Helmets, Rockstar, Scott Goggles, EVS, and everyone else. Thanks a lot.
Congratulations on putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, taking home 4th place. And Andrew, coming up here, you look a little bit frustrated. You and your teammate, Davi Millsaps, were kind of going at it that entire race. What exactly was going on?
It's unfortunate. We just got in a little pushing match, and you know, I wanted it bad after what happened, and I pushed through to the end. Kyle rode a great race. He really surprised me, as well the other guys, but overall, not a bad night, but definitely not what I was looking for.
Congratulations on a very successful season.
Ryan Dungey waiting to collect the trophy. We'll have a chance to chat with him when we come back here to Vegas. Final race is done. Let's show you the final result standings. Ryan Dungey takes the win, only the 2nd time for Suzuki as a winner here in Las Vegas. Chad Reed, 2nd. Justin Brayton gets an 8th place finish and moves to 5th. in the points.
Awesome. That's pretty strong.
That's his breakout year, man. Great to see a great guy, too, man. Great.
And great for the Joe Gibbs Racing squad as well.
Absolutely.
Well, and the rider that he gets past the points, Josh Hill, finishes up a 17th on a really tough night here in Vegas.
Here's Aaron.
Not only did Ryan Dungey clinch the championship, but he ends up taking the victory with the grand finale. Ryan, you looked so comfortable out there tonight. You made it look, was it as easy as you made it look?
It was pretty slick out there, but you know, I got to give it up to all Team Rockstar, Makita Suzuki. We worked hard today, really got the bike working well. I got to thank Yoshimura for everything, for stepping up this year, and Dunlop, Maximum Oils, and just everybody. I think it's been a great season, a lot of fun. I'm glad we could come out with a win at the end, and just really proud, and got to thank the man above for everything. Thank you.
Talk about the track. How slick were the conditions?
I think as the race got on, you know, at the end of the night, no water, nothing going on, so it's just getting baked, and there was some rubber being laid down, but the bike was working. I was just able to get a good lead, got off to an awesome start, so that was key, and couldn't have been more thankful, so it was an awesome race.
Congratulations once again on a very successful season.
16 top fives, 5 hole shots, 9 heat race wins, 6 main event wins, and a championship trophy when it was all
laps led.
130 laps led. Impressive year for Ryan Dungey. We've got more for you when we come back. More people to chat with here on Speed. Vegas had a great night of racing. They had some good things to cheer for with their favorite rider, Kevin Windham. Let's show you our progressive pass of the race.
Well, and this is Chad Reed here as he's trying to get past Chisholm. Watch, he goes outside and triples past right before the finish, puts him in the second.
Let's go back to the podium one more time with Aaron.
Chad Reed had mentioned that he was filled with emotion coming into tonight's race. Chad, was it any different lining up behind that start gate being a dad?
No, not really, actually. You know, just proud. That's about it. But I'm excited for the outdoors because my wife and kid will be there to cheer me on. This week, they're still in Florida.
Take us through tonight's race. You made a couple of passes coming through. What was the biggest challenge about tonight?
I think just I was a little bit conservative early on, and Ryan went for it. You know, he's a champ for a reason because he went for it all year long. And I was just happy to be on the podium. You know, I had mixed emotions all week, and just wanted to be safe. And I want to give a shout out to Ellie and Tate at home, and thank the whole Monster Energy Kawasaki team. They've been really patient with me this year. I can't believe it's taken this long to get to the podium, but you know, it feels good. We can walk away from Supercross and move on.
Way to cap off the season, making it back up here on the box.
He might not be happy with the fact he didn't get the win, but I think he should be very happy with the way he rode. It looked like the Chad Reed we came to expect. And here's those final points. Again, the biggest gap we'd seen like this was Jeremy McGrath's 83-point margin, and 70 the difference for Dungey between him and Windham. Back to Aaron one more time.
Kevin Windham had mentioned this is the race that you get remembered for. Kevin, did you meet your own personal expectations tonight?
Yeah, we gave it our all at the Geico Power Sports Honda, man. It was a hard battle. Didn't get the start I wanted. All season long, we've been seeing that the starts are really important. It was no different here tonight. But man, I got to thank MSR and DVS, Planet Fitness, Shoei, Spy Goggles, all the guys. It was a great year, and my ride was great. It just didn't quite get me the trophy that I wanted tonight.
Wrapping up this year, you're taking home second overall. Is there going to be a celebration take place tonight?
Oh, absolutely. I'm on a little bit of a vacation now. This was the last round for me, and I'm looking forward to it. You know, it was a hard-fought year, but one that was inspiring for me. Looking forward to 2011.
Terrific day from start to finish. Congratulations.
Well, he's got a few more years to look forward to, huh? He's planning on 2014 as a retirement tour, so we'll see a lot more of Kevin. And more of the Monster Girls, too, when we come back. Well, the Supercross season might be over, but the outdoor motocross season getting ready to kick off here on Speed. Catch the Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross season opener from Hangtown. Coming up Sunday, May 23rd, the 250 class at 5 o'clock, the 450s at 6 o'clock. Well, it has been a great season of Supercross racing. We really thank you for joining us all year long. We kicked it off live from Anaheim and closed it out live here in Las Vegas. What'd you think, Fro?
It was such an interesting year, and it's one of these times where the favorites, you know, the veterans, they have problems, they get set back, and the new guys gain the confidence. You know, we've seen that with Villopoto and, of course, with Dungey, is that now they've And so next season, we come back around in January, it's not going to be the same thing. Dungey, Villopoto, Stewart, Reed, all the other favorites are going to be mixed in there.
How about you, Ricky?
Yeah, you just, you know, before the season starts, you have all these expectations on who's going to do what. You kind of know who you think is going to be the champion, and but you just never know. You just got to let it play out. You know, there's a lot of things that can happen through all these races and all these places we go and the motorcycles you're riding, and you just, it's just amazing.
For me, I'm looking forward to next year. I want to spin it forward a little bit. Getting to see Porcel now and Kennard and Weimer moving up should be even better next year. Aaron, how about you?
A phenomenal season to all those guys that you had just mentioned. But speaking of which, this guy, the number 10 of Tommy Hahn, the top privateer this year. Tommy, you've never even come close to this before. What does this mean to you?
That means a lot. It's definitely cool that the Feld puts us up for the privateers, and it was a long season. I had a kind of a disappointing season, and I need to go back to the drawing board for next year. But you know, this helps out, and I'm just glad to, you know, end the season on a good note.
25 grand in your pocket. What are you going to spend it on?
I'm probably going to build a barn at my house, honestly.
Great job. Way to cap off the season here in Las Vegas with an 8th place.
Well, the season might be done for now. Ryan Dungey's going to pick up all his accolades tomorrow night at the season-ending award ceremony before everybody starts focusing on the outdoors. But don't think it's going to be all that long, because January 8th, 2011, we all get back together in Anaheim, Angel Stadium. That's when we'll raise the curtain on the 2011 Monster Energy AMA Supercross Championship and FIM World Title. For Aaron Bates and Ricky Carmichael and Jeff Emmett, I'm Ralph Shaheen. Thanks so much for joining us in the 2010 season. We've had a great time crisscrossing the country, watching the best Supercross racers in the world light those big candles over the finish line jump. Fro, enjoy a short off season. We'll be back to do it again.
Oh, no doubt about it. I can't wait.
Ricky, thanks for coming and playing with us all year. So long, everybody from Las Vegas. Congratulations to Ryan Dungey, your new champ and your winner here at Las Vegas. So long, everybody.